It's day 151 of our inventory transformation. Here's a look at my inventory so far. I have 2 fly potions, 4 ride potions. I'm absolutely loving the Cupid dragons, the Aurora fox. I would love to get some more candy floss chicks, but I just don't know if that's gonna happen. I love the bush elephant and the unicorn. You know I'm trying to make a mega pep tune. I got the elephant. I'm working on making this mega lovebird. I have 2 pigs and I'd love to get 2 more so we can make a neon. I would love to make or try to make a mega sweetheart rat. So I'd say we're doing amazing for day 151 when we just started out with the cat. I had this person trade me and they put in this fly parakeet and then they said 4 hamsters. So I'm not sure if they're talking about my mega hamster, but I definitely am not going to take this fly parakeet for that mega hamster. So I just told them I'm not looking for those right now. I just logged in, so I set up my trading stand and I also set up my cotton candy stand because every buck helps. I put this golden dragon in my trading stand, but I like to try to switch it out pretty often, especially if I'm not getting any good offers. I had this person trade me and they asked me if they could offer for my castle hermit crab. I'll definitely trade this away. I mean, I do think it's really cute, but it's not really worth that much. But if they're going to offer for it, it's going to have to be some cute pets. They put in this zombie chick, which I don't really care for those. I mean, they're okay. And then they put in this gibbon, which for me, isn't worth much at all. And I would definitely rather have the castle hermit crab. So I just told them no, thank you. It looks like my castle hermit crab is actually aged up to teen. So this person said that they could add a newborn one, which they eventually did, so then I asked them if they had an ad. At this time, I don't really have any plans to make this hermit crab or this castle hermit crab a neon, so it doesn't really matter to me if it's a neon or not, or I mean if it's a teen or not. So I will definitely accept their newborn one for them as long as they put in a pretty good ad. And by a pretty good one, I just mean something cute that I can trade for something else. Then they added in this gibbon, and I don't really care for the gibbons. I mean, they're okay, but it's definitely not worth it for this aged up pet, I guess. So I went out to check out their profile if I could find anything that I really wanted. It looks like they're actually making a mega lovebird and a mega sweetheart rat, so they're definitely not going to want to trade those away. And I didn't really see anything that they were offering. I mean that they actually had for trade or they were willing to trade. So then I just told them I don't really like the gibbons. So then they switched out the gibbon and they put in a donkey. Guys, no, I don't want a donkey either. I could easily get a donkey. Eventually they added in a flying fish, which I'm fine with. I think they're kind of cool and they're a little bit different and people aren't really giving them away for free. I mean, I'm sure somebody is somewhere, but I'll definitely accept this for this castle hermit crabs because I'm getting another castle hermit crab that I can trade plus a flying fish. Next, I had this person trade me and they asked me, do you have an offer for this? And then they put in a bunch of ride potions. And I already have 4 ride potions, so I really don't need any and I really don't want to give them anything super good for this. So I just told them no, I don't have an offer. I didn't get any offers for my golden dragon, so I decided to switch out the pet in my trading stand and I actually put this ride potion just to see if we could get any good offers. This was the first person that offered for this ride potion and they just put in a bunch of low tier pets and I just wasn't interested in taking that for this ride potion. Next, I had this person offer for my ride potion and they put in this ride winter buck, and the winter buck, there aren't a lot of people looking for them and it's just a mid legendary. This one is a ride, but honestly I just didn't feel I felt there would probably be more people looking for a ride potion than there would this ride winter buck. And I have a feeling if I put this into the values website, this would be an under offer, so I just didn't want to accept it. Then if you remember, I still have that pet handler certificate attached, so I have 2 pets out. So I'm working on this clover cow and I'm working on this Kai Jr. But honestly guys, I keep switching the pets around because I'm not exactly sure what I want to work on. Then I saw this person that had this fly ride turtle in their trading stand and I just wanted to try to offer for it. Value says that my offer is over right now, but honestly, I don't really think that they'll probably take it. Value says, or Elfbread says, that this neon frozen penguin is actually worth a 4 in shark values, but honestly, I don't really think anybody wants it. Or I just think that the value of it is off by a lot. If I was going to value this neon frozen penguin, I would probably put it at a 2, maybe, possibly, because I just don't think the demand is there for this neon frozen penguin. I think my offer offer probably started off pretty strong until I put this neon frozen penguin in. But this person was a pretty quick like no thank you. When I look around, this seems to be like an okay server. Then I got this offer for my ride potion, and I'm guessing that this is the same person from earlier because they put in this ride winner buck, and that was their offer from earlier. But these other pets, they're just not really worth anything, so it doesn't really make me want to take this offer, and so I just told them no thank you. Then I switched out my pet to this rosy maple moth, and I had this person offer this icy moth dragon. I think they're probably like very similar values, so I did accept this, but almost as soon as I accepted this person actually declined. So I guess they changed their mind. Then I had this person offer for my Glormy Dolphin. They offered me this, I think it's called the Snowy Mammoth, and I really like those, and I'd love to have a neon. I'd love to make a neon. And then they put in this Mahi Mahi, which is really hard to trade, and this Kai Jr., which I think is kind of cute, but I just don't feel like those Glormy Dolphins are worth that much right now. So after that trade, I wanted to check and see how many Snowy Mammoths I have. It looks like that will make number 4, so I will be able to make a neon Snowy Mammoth. Next, I got this trade, and they asked me if they could offer for my neon dodo. I think the neon dodo is like pretty cute, but it's definitely not my favorite pet, so I'm definitely willing to trade it away as long as we get a good offer. This person started out by putting in a fly ride dodo, they put in a camel, they put in a penguin, and this is such an under offer. And then they put this ride muskrat or something, I think that's what it's called. I'm pretty sure we can go buy that with bucks, and it's like the new pet that's for sale like in the camping store, but it's definitely not worth this neon dodo. So once again, I told them no thank you, and then they started adding in like all this really cute pet wear actually, but again, I just don't want to take it for this neon dodo. And I still have my ride potion in my trading stand, hoping that we get a good offer, and this person came along and offered for the ride potion, and it's such an under offer, guys. And I'm just realizing as I do this like voiceover that this is actually the same person from earlier that offered us that ride winter buck. So I'm not sure why they think that I would accept that if I didn't even accept their legendary winter ride buck. And next, I had this person give me this super under offer for my ride potion, and another no thank you for me. I was really thinking about changing out that ride potion in my trading stand, and then I got this offer. This person actually offered me a legendary golden rat. I think these are so cute, and even though the value of them is just a little bit under this ride potion, I accepted this trade. And I think especially because I have like 3 other ride potions, I was definitely willing to accept this, and it was full grown. So who knows, maybe we'll make a neon golden rat. Then as soon as that trade was over, I actually had this person trade me, and they put in this Whoopertinger. I think these are so cute, but at the same time, I could easily get them, and they're probably like the lowest of low value. So at first, I went through my inventory to see if there was anything that I wanted to offer for it, and then I realized I really don't want to. I really don't need this Whoopertinger. So then I just told them I'm not looking for those right now. Next, I had this person offer or ask me if they could offer for my flying fish. I like the flying fish. I think it's cute, but I'll definitely take another cute pet for it. So then they put in this ghost wolf, which I actually think is a rare, and this flying fish is like an uncommon or common. I think it might be an uncommon. I like the ghost wolf just fine, and this trade didn't really matter to me, so I did accept the trade. But then once I accepted, they actually declined. Then I had this person ask me if they could offer for my Mega Highland cow. I can honestly say that their offer was so under, and none of these pets were like too exciting to me, so I just told them like, sorry, no thank you. And I definitely think that there's a lot of people out there that will do trades as long as you put in, or as long as like they were getting like a bunch of pets. But I've already told you that I'm not interested in collecting like a bunch of pets at this time. And you guys also have to think these snorkels are worth like about nothing. Like I could trade like a cat or a dog and get like a snorkel. So I'm definitely not going to trade this mega for them. Then finally at the end, they actually started putting in some legendary pets. They put in the chameleon, which I absolutely love the chameleons. I would love to have a mega, and then they added in this Puptoon. You guys know I'm looking for Puptoon, so I can make a mega, but their offer is still like really under. And I know I've said this before, and I thought that everybody knew this, but you always lead with like your best pets. Next, I had this person trade me, and they just started adding in all these pets, but I was like, you know, I really do like the pandas, and this one was Ride. They added in this sunrise duckling, which I think is really cute. So I went out to check out their profile to see if there was anything that I could offer them for these cute pets. It looks like the only thing that they're looking for that we have is like this chick. And then when I went back to the trade window, they had actually typed, can this be for the chick? So if you remember, we actually have a ride chick, and honestly guys, it's not even worth like that much. I mean, it's not worth much at all. It's just really cute. And I really felt like their offer was like a good offer. And so I went ahead and accepted the trade, and they accepted as well, so we traded our ride chick away. So after that trade, and actually after like almost all of my trades, I always go to my profile and I like update it so that I have all the pets that I have for trade like in my profile. So definitely be sure that you're always updating your profile, guys, because you never know if someone's going to be looking for a pet that you have. Then with this next trade, I don't know how you guys are going to feel about this. I mean, I was really happy with this trade, but I think a lot of you are going to comment and say I shouldn't have done this trade. This person traded me and they put in this Fly Ride Arctic Fox, and I absolutely love those, and I have a couple of them on my main account, and I would love to be able to make a neon or even a mega at some point. So I really wanted this Arctic Fox because I feel like a lot of people don't want to trade them away. And then this person was very specific and have told me exactly what pets that they wanted for it. They wanted this Fly Ride Unicorn, they wanted this Fly Shark, which you guys know I love that. I actually love both of those pets. And then they also asked for that Ride Panda that we just got. So when I checked Elfbred, which is actually what I use for values like most of the time or pretty much all of the time, it actually said that our offer was under for this Fly Ride Arctic Fox. And then after the trade, I actually checked GG values and it said that we were like over with our offer. So I don't really know. I mean, I was happy to trade this stuff for this Arctic Fox because I really wanted it. And if I use the values that I always use, then I'm actually like under with my offer. And so for me, it was like a really good trade, and Happy Value says that I'm very happy with this trade. And you guys know that I always check my inventory, especially after like a big trade like that, just to make sure that we actually have the pets that we traded for. And there's that Arctic Fox. It's so cute and it's full grown, and I'm just so happy with that trade. Next, I had this person trade me and they put in this Neon Ride Urchin, which I think those are so cute. I mean, on one hand, I could easily make this neon if I wanted to, but it's also nice to have neons like to trade away. So I looked through my inventory just to see if I had any like low tier neons that I could offer them for it. I didn't really see any. So I went back to the chat and I just asked them, is there something in my profile that you see that you wanted for it? Or were you looking for something? Then I went out to check out their profile, and really it just showed me like what pets they have. And there was only one page, so I couldn't even see like what pets they actually were looking for. And when I went back to chat, they actually said, I don't know, a legendary only. I don't know how much this neon urchin is worth, but guys, I know it's not worth like that much. So I wanted to check and see if I had any like lower tier or mid tier like legendaries that I could offer them for it. I added in this legendary Rosy Maple Moth because I felt like the value was probably about similar, especially since theirs is a ride. And they accepted, and so I was like, you know what, I'll definitely trade this Rosy Maple Moth because it's kind of hard to trade for this neon. So now we'll just see if this neon ride urchin is hard to trade away or not. And I'm still working on these Clover Cows and these Kai Juniors, hoping that I can make neons to be able to trade. And I don't know if we were just in a bunch of trades or what, but we have a lot of tasks to make up for or to catch up on. And I'm glad I'm able to go to the school because there's so many of the tasks besides the shower that we can go ahead and get done. And while we're waiting, I'm going to update my profile and make sure it's up to date. Make sure I have all the neons, all the pets that we've traded for lately in there. So since I just got that neon ride urchin, I wanted to put it in my trading stand to see if we could get any good offers for it. This person traded me. They put in this toucan, which is an ultra rare, the starfish, which is an ultra rare, and this winter doe, which is an ultra rare. And usually about 3 ultra rares equal like a legendary. And since all we did was trade away a legendary, like a lower tier like legendary for this urchin, that's kind of all we have to get out of it. And then they added in like 4 urchins so we could actually make like another neon if we wanted to. One of them is actually full grown, and these will go really quick to age up. And they just like kept adding. They added in this snowcat and then this snorkel, and neither one of those is worth like that much. But honestly, guys, I felt like this was a really good offer, and so I accepted it. And so pretty much as soon as I got that ride neon urchin, I pretty much traded away. Next, I had this person trade me, and they asked me if they could offer for my Mega Highland Cow. I don't even get my hopes up anymore that these are going to be like really good offers because I just feel like I get a lot of like really bad offers, especially for these like really good pets that should be like really good offers. But honestly, I would say this is one of the better offers that I've got for this Mega Highland Cow, even though it was like super under. They added in this Mega Ride Kid Goat, which honestly, it would be really easy for us to make, like way easier than another Mega Highland Cow. But at least it was a Mega, and then they added this Peptoon, you know I'm looking for them. They added in this hamster, which I really like those, and then they added in like 2 ride pets. So it seemed like a pretty good offer, but they were still like really under, so I just told them no thank you. And for all of you that are watching that are like, oh, you should have taken this trade, let me just tell you what what Elfbred says. Elfbred says that this Mega Fly Ride Highland Cow is actually worth a 15 and that Mega Ride Kid Goat is worth a 2.25. So they were super under with their offer. Next, I had this person trade me and they asked me if they could offer for my teapot. And really, probably all I'm looking for is just another cute pet. They asked me if I wanted a snowcat, and honestly guys, the snowcat is just like a little above the cat. And this teapot to me is like something different. It's like a different pet. So I really just wanted like something different. I asked them if they could just add in some choices that I could pick from. And as soon as I saw them add in this fennec fox, I was pretty sure that I have a ride fennec fox. So I checked my inventory and I sure do. And so I would love to get like 3 more so I can make a neon, because then it's not just going to be a neon fennec fox that I'm making, but actually a ride fennec fox. So I feel like we could get a little bit more for it. And that's another reason why I do like to get like fly or ride pets that are like lower tier, like if people give them to me, because if I can make a neon, it actually makes it a lot more valuable. I mean, not a lot like more valuable. It does make it more valuable, but I think just people are more interested in getting like fly or ride pets. So I was happy to trade this teapot for this fennec fox. So now I just need to be on the lookout for like 2 more fennec foxes, which shouldn't be like too hard to get. But at this point, I have so many like neons that I'm working on that I have a lot to do. So I don't necessarily have to get those fennec foxes like right away. And I just realized that when we went to the salon, we must have accidentally got our pets painted and they're painted black. They look kind of cool. And I used to get like a little upset with that, but now I know that I can just like dunk them or like wash them like at the salon if I really wanted the color to go away. Otherwise, I think it takes like 40 minutes for it to actually wear off, which goes by like pretty fast. Next, I had this person trade me and they're actually a fan. They actually said that they were watching one of my videos like right now, which is so cool. So they added in this fly ride or this Mega Fly Ride bunny, which I think they're like super cute. I had no idea what to offer, so I went to check out their profile to see if they were looking for anything that we had. And at the same time, I asked them if they would check out my profile so they could see if there was anything that they wanted me to offer for it. They have some super cute pets and it looks like that like what they're looking for, like we don't have any of them. So I'm really not sure what to offer them. When I went back to chat, they said like they really liked the Mega Hamster and the Mega Highland Cow, but they thought that they would be over for them, and they are like super over for this Mega Fly Ride bunny. I just started adding in like a bunch of like of my neons just to see if they were interested, but I felt like I really didn't have like a really good offer for them. And after that, I put in these like neons or these 3 neons. I looked it up on Elfbred and it said that I was a little bit under, so I told them like I'm a little bit under, so if there was something that you liked, like I could add that to it. And then eventually this person said that they liked the neon Elastomosaurus, but I guess that they didn't really like the other neons, and I wasn't really sure like what else to offer. I could totally understand that they would want to have this Mega like over these neons. So then they asked me if I do the Mega Hamster if they added like a legendary with this Mega Fly Ride bunny, and it still would just be like super under. So then I told them that on Elfbred, the Mega Hamster was actually worth an 18 and this Mega Fly Ride bunny is actually only worth a 3. So that's like a really big difference. So then I just said like it was really nice to meet you, and it was really nice to meet you, and they said the same, and they said that they loved my videos, so thank you so much for watching. Next, I had this person trade me and they put in this Fly Ride Capricorn. You guys know I think that this pet is hard to trade away. I mean, I will take it. It's worth like quite a bit. It's like an okay legendary. I mean, it's like on the better end of legendaries, but I just think that it's hard to trade. So I just asked them, are you looking for something for it? And then they said, do you have an offer? And I'm like, no offer. Then I had this person trade me and they put in this lovebird and this puptoon, and on my profile it actually says that I'm looking for both of these pets. And I also have like a little section of like what I'm willing to trade for both of them, just to make it easier so people can go out and like pick what they want for it or decide that they feel like my offer's under or not fair or whatever. But I just feel like putting it on my profile actually makes the trades like usually go like a lot faster. Either they're gonna happen or they're not gonna happen. So while that person was going out and checking out my profile, I wanted to check and see like how many lovebirds I have and how many puptoons I have, so I can see like how many more I actually need. Remember, I really want to make megas of both of them and the sweetheart rat, and I'm really not sure if I'm going to trade them away or not once I get them made. It looks like I already have like 2 neon lovebirds made, and then I have 5 other lovebirds, so I just need 3 more lovebirds. So if this trade goes through, I'll only need 2 more lovebirds to be able to make that mega. And then it looks like I'll need 6 more more pup tunes to actually be able to make that mega pup tune. So when I went back to chat, they actually said that they wanted the sloth and the winter doe for these two pets, and I will definitely trade them away. I'm so excited to get another lovebird and another pup tune, and I really hope we can get the other ones like pretty quickly so we can make those megas. So I accepted the trade because I'm very happy with it. But then before we could go through with the trade, this person actually declined. And I was super disappointed, but honestly, another trade will come along, and so we'll get those pup tunes and lovebirds that we need. Then I had this lunar moon bear like in my trading stand, and I actually had this person offer this rosy maple moth, which I will definitely accept because I'm pretty sure it's like an over offer for this lunar moon bear. I had finished aging up those Kai Juniors, so I pulled out this urchin so I could start making that neon. And then I'm also still working on the clover cow so I can make a neon clover cow. So it's time to make this neon Kai Junior. I feel like at this time I've actually made enough of these neon Kai Juniors that I probably could have had like a couple mega ones. But it seems like before I can even get the chance to even think about making a mega, somebody wants to offer for the neon Kai Junior. And I can't blame them because I think they look so cool as neons. I actually just really like this pet in general. Like, I love the color of it. I love having this pet handler certificate because I feel like I'm making neons like so much faster. So after I made that neon, I definitely want to update my profile. And I feel like I have so many neons. Like, I don't think I've ever had so many neons that I have right now. And that's the end of day 153. It's day 154 of our inventory transformation. I still have my pet handler certificate, so I'm able to have 2 pets out at once, which is super awesome. And here's a look at my inventory so far. I have 2 fly potions left and 3 ride potions. And some of the new pets that I got is this golden rat and this Arctic fox that I love. Right now, I'm working on making a neon urchin, so we have another one to trade, and I'm working on a neon clover cow. I have quite a few pets that I want to collect so that I can make some megas. We finally got that 4th snowy mammoth that we need so we can make a neon of that. I still have that super duper hard to trade neon frozen penguin that I'm really hoping that we can trade soon. I would love to get 2 more fennec foxes so I can make a neon fennec fox to trade. And you know I'm always collecting pup tunes, lovebirds, and sweetheart rats so I can make a mega. This is the first trade of the day, and this person is offering for my neon dark brown Shetland pony. I think the dark brown Shetland pony is actually a rare and it's not worth like that much, but I can tell you that these neon mouses are like really hard to trade. And I think the mouse is a common, so this is definitely an under offer, although I do like that icy porcupine. Next, I got this offer, and this person offered like a neon Arctic hare. I think these are really cute, but it's just an uncommon, and our Shetland pony is a rare, so I just didn't want to trade a rare neon for an uncommon neon. And then when I told this person no thank you, they said, would you do the sloth for my pup tune? And I will definitely do that trade. I already told you that I'm looking for pup tunes, and also in my profile I show like what pets I'm willing to trade for the pup tune, and the sloth was one of them, so that was like a super duper easy trade from our profile. Next I had this person trade me, and they took a really long time, and a lot of times when people trade me like at the campground, I always think that they're just doing it so that they can get in the shower like before me. Do you guys ever have that happen? It's like everybody's like racing to get their pet in the shower first, and if you just go ahead and like trade someone, then that window pops up and they're not able to put their pet in the in the shower. But that wasn't what this person was doing. They actually put in all these pets, and all of them are actually legendaries. And they asked me if I would trade them my bush elephant for those, and I definitely didn't want to do that. The bush elephant is actually worth a 4.5 on Elfbred right now, and so that was a super under offer. Once I got this offer, I actually thought maybe this was the person from earlier that put in the neon mouse, but it wasn't. It was someone different. Again, the neon mouse is like really hard to trade, and I don't need any royal eggs. In fact, I think I probably have some, or I know I have some eggs that I could hatch if I wanted to. And after I did that trade from earlier where we got the pup tune, I just wanted to check and see how many more pup tunes I need. It looks like I still need 5 pup tunes to be able to make that mega I want to. I'm not getting very good offers for this neon dark brown Shetland pony, so I wanted to change out my pet and just see if we could get some better offers. So I put in my diamond albatross. I'm actually really surprised, but this pet seems like really hard to trade too, like even though it has like really good value. And I'm not sure, but I think I traded this person because they had this fly ride unicorn in their trading stands because I love the unicorns, and I just wanted to see if they would take my offer. I put in this fly candy here, which is a legendary, and I think they're super cute. And then I put in this neon 2024 birthday butterfly? Then I asked them this, or did you see something in my profile that you might want for that? Then I'm pretty sure that this 2024 birthday butterfly is like an uncommon. I think that's right. And so I changed it out and actually put in that rare dark brown neon Shetland pony. And I was really hoping that they would see something in my profile that they wanted for it, but that wasn't like a super over offer. And when I came back to chat, they said, take the horse and Black Panther, please. Guys, all I have is a neon Black Panther, and it is worth like at least twice as much as this Fly Ride unicorn. So I said, sorry, but that would be way over. And pretty much as soon as they read that, they actually declined the trade. Next, I had this person trade me and they said, hi, can I offer for your Arctic Fox? So remember, we just got that Fly Ride Arctic Fox like not that long ago. I do love it and I would like to hang on to it, but honestly, if we got a good enough offer, I will trade it away. Elf Brad says that our Fly Ride Arctic Fox is actually worth 4.75, and this Ride Mecha Meow that they put in is actually only worth a 0.75. So it's just like a good legendary, or it's worth like a regular legendary, I guess. So this was like a super duper under offer, and so I just told them no thank you. So this is the Mecha Meow, and it's actually not worth that much, but if this had been a Mecha Pup, then it would have been worth like a lot more, actually over what our Arctic Fox is worth. Then I had that same person trade me again and asked me if they could offer for my bush elephant. They put in that same Ride Mecha Meow, so it's still like really under for this bush elephant, so I just told them no thank you. I'm still working on this urchin and this clover cow, and I decided that I hadn't been to check out like the pet wear lately. So I went to the accessory shop. This is one of those things that I try to do every 3 days, because every 3 days we get new pet wear in the shop. I mean, it definitely rotates, and it's a lot of, it's always like the same stuff, but it rotates, and sometimes you can get some good things. And sometimes I'll just pick up stuff, like I picked up like a couple of those like prescription glasses because I have a bunch of bucks, and like why not? I just have them in my inventory. I can put them on my profile, and if we get a trade, that would be super awesome. You guys know that I'm always updating my profile, and so no matter what I do, like if I get a trade or I buy these prescription glasses or whatever, I definitely want to put them in my profile so people know what I have. Then I have this Fly Ride. Is it a Shiba Inu or a Corgi? I can't ever remember. I can't ever tell them apart. I'm not sure why, but I put it in my trading stand, and I had this person offer me that new pet that comes from the campground that is the muskrat that's not worth like that much. So once again, I just said no thank you. I actually did go buy a bunch of these muskrats on one of my other accounts, like one of my alt accounts. I bought 16 so I can make a mega, because I do think that they're really cute, but they're just not worth that much right now. And it takes them a long time to like switch out the pets, especially at the campground. I can't remember the last time that they switched out the pets, but this is the kind of pet that's actually going to end up being like an exotic, like way far in the future. So if you have enough bucks and you like that pet, then you should go buy some. Then I actually took out that Fly Ride pet that I had in the trade, and me and this person like just went back and forth like switching pets. And then when they put in this ant, I'm like, you know what? I don't even want an ant. And I probably should have just declined the trade because we were going back and forth like this, but then I just typed like no thanks. And this is actually that same person that we just got out of the trade with, and they offered for this Fly Ride pet again, and they put in this neon ant again. I think the neon ants are kind of hard to trade, and this other pet that we have is Fly Ride. So I just think that it's probably worth like a lot more. And then this is crazy, but when I told this person no thank you, they actually switched out the pet and put that muskrat again, which I had just already told them that I didn't want, and so I just declined the trade. But guys, instead of declining this trade, I probably should have gone out to their profile and just seen if there was anything that they had that I was interested in, or that I would trade them this Fly Ride pet for. But I didn't, but I hope that I try to do that like more in the future. Next, I had this person offer me 2 dogs and a cat, and guys, our pet is Fly Ride, so it's definitely not worth, it's worth more than 2 dogs and a cat. And then after I didn't accept this trade, because this person was like spam accepting, and after I didn't accept this trade, they actually added in all these pets. And you guys know how I feel about like a bunch of pets like this far into the inventory transformation. I just don't want them. If I was just starting out, I would definitely want them. And their pets weren't necessarily bad. Some of them were okay. Some of them are like super hard to trade, and I just didn't want to trade this Fly Ride pet for them. Then I had this person trade me, and at first they were adding in like all of these like moon eggs, and they added in that zodiac minion like chick like egg or whatever, and that's what comes from it, is the zodiac minion or the minion chick. And I don't actually have one of those eggs, and I thought it was kind of cool just to have the egg. They added in these Kai Juniors, and then they added in the Sabertooth, and guys, I have a Neon Kai Junior, and I have like 2 extra Kai Juniors. So at first I didn't want to accept this, like I was going to say like, oh, I'm not looking for any of those, but then they asked like, can this be an offer for your Neon Kai Junior? And they're giving us 4 Kai Juniors, actually 5, but 4, so we can make another Neon if we want to. You guys know those go really quick, and then we'll have an extra one, and so then we'll have like 3 more, so we'll have like 7, and that means I'll just need like 1 more, and I could actually make 2 Neon Kai Juniors. And I don't know, I just kind of felt like this was worth it. Like maybe you guys wouldn't have done this trade, but I was kind of excited about this trade. I mean, I felt like this was like a very fair offer. And so eventually this person did accept this trade, so we have 7 Kai Juniors, so we're going to make like another Neon to be able to trade, plus we have all this extra stuff. And this was one of the problems I was talking about from earlier. Like obviously I have this Neon Kai Junior like in my profile, and I'm always getting these Kai Juniors, and I think they'd be super cute as a mega, but I just never get past like having a Neon. Like somebody always wants to offer for it, and I think it's just because it's a cute pet. Next, I had this person offer for my pet. They put in this legendary Dimension Drifter, which they aren't like the best value legendary, but is still a legendary, guys. You guys know I'm not a big fan of the Gibbons, but then they added in this ride, what's it called? A ride Stingray. And I was like, you know what? I think I will accept this. And as soon as I accepted, they actually declined. Next, I had this person trade me, and they put in this Mega Toucan. I think these are really cute, and this is an ultra rare, and ultra rare like Mega is like really, I mean, it's going to take a really long time to make. So I feel like, of course, I'm always like willing to like offer for Megas, but I definitely wasn't sure like what I should offer. So I ended up putting in like a Diamond Albatross, and then I put in that really hard Neon Frozen Penguin. But you know, it's an ultra rare too, and value says that I was actually like quite a bit over. And I know in another video I told you guys that I think that Neon Frozen Penguin like on the values website is like way over like rated or something. But even if I cut the value in half of it and I added this Diamond Albatross for this Mega Toucan, it's actually like a very fair trade. I don't know what GG says about it because I don't really look on GG like that often. I would say the main reason I don't use GG is because it's just really hard for me to like think about the numbers. Like they just don't register in my brain like they do on Elfbred. So of course I had asked this person if they saw anything in my profile, and then this was my offer. You know, I put in that Diamond Albatross and I put in that Neon Frozen Penguin, and it was a good offer. The Toucan isn't like my favorite pet, but I think any pet's like really cute as a mega. And this person never said like what they wanted for it, and then when I put in my offer, they just declined. Then I had this person trade me, and they put in this Mega Fly Ride Dog, and guys, I mean, the Mega Fly Ride Dogs just aren't worth that much. I mean, a Mega Dog is not worth that much. It's really worth about a legendary, like a mid-legendary, and this one is Fly Ride, so it makes it worth like a little bit more, but it's just not worth that much. But like I said earlier, I'm always willing to offer for megas. So I added in this Golden Dragon. I think this Golden Dragon is just like a mid-legendary, like I actually like it. And then I added in this Fly Ride Shibu Inu since theirs was a Fly Ride. And if I'm being honest, I felt like this was a very fair like offer, and they just didn't like my offer. They eventually asked me if I could offer for their King Bee, and I was just like, I'm not looking for those right now. And if you want some advice, my advice to you would be don't make a mega dog. Unless you absolutely love like the dogs and you just want to have a mega dog in your inventory, don't make a mega. You could get so much more out of 4 neon dogs than you can a mega dog, especially if you're willing to wait for the good trades. And guys, that's the same advice for all the like really low tier like or low tier pets that like aren't worth that much. Just make neons and try to trade those instead of trying to make a mega. And remember how I made that mega snorkel? Yeah, I'm having a really hard time like trading it, and I wish I would have just kept like 4 neon snorkels and tried to trade those away instead, because I think we just would have got like better offers. Then I had this person offer for my Golden Dragon, and I would much rather have a legendary than all those pets. And I wanted to give you guys like a little glimpse of like behind the scenes, like when I'm actually grinding on this account. If you look at this person that I'm standing next to, that's actually one of my alt accounts that's working on like another challenge for a different video. And that person's just doing a trading challenge, so they don't have to like actually age up pets or anything. So sometimes I will actually use that alt account to age up pets for this account. I'm just using 2 devices and I have 2 accounts going at one time. It just saves me like a lot of time. And I can also make them part of the same family if I want to, but because they're friends, they can actually do tasks for the other one's pets, which is really nice. So Bree can actually stand here at the shower shower, and she can actually put this person, like my alt account's pet, in the shower as well. And then if I need to do like the walking task or the writing task, then again, like my alt or this account can do the task for the other one's pet at the same time. So if you have more than one device, it's actually worth it to play with 2 at a time. One of these accounts I'm actually playing on a phone, and then the other one I'm actually playing on my computer. And I also have my video going on both of them. I mean, I only press record like when I have trades, and I don't like record like every single thing because that's like too much data, I guess, for my computer, or it just takes up like way too much space on my devices. And then what I will do is you'll actually see like Brie like just sitting here like after like all the pets like go in the shower. And it's because my alt account actually went to the place like that is the next task. So if it's like the salon or whatever, and then I'll just have my alt account like teleport to the other account. And so it just saves a lot of time. I don't always do this, but when I do, it actually like really helps like age up pets like a lot faster. So if you're watching this video and you've never watched my video on how to be a pro grinder from a pro grinder, you definitely need to watch it because I give so many tips. Also, I have this one video and it's like a whole inventory transformation, and I give all my tips for like doing an inventory transformation like all at once in one video. And don't forget that I log into this account like at least like 2 times a day, if not more, like so I can collect from the lure, and I always like save up my age up potions. And then anytime I have like a legendary, especially a legendary, but maybe like an ultra rare or a legendary, I might use those like age up potions just to like give them like a boost in aging. But with like the commons, the uncommons, and the rares, I really try to age those up like all on my own because I don't want to waste the age up potions because those pets just go so much quicker. And guys, don't think that I'm doing this all the time. Like usually like my alt account is doing like some other like, I don't know, like inventory transformation. And so they're aging up their own pets, or they're just working on like a different challenge. Or sometime on my other device, I'll just have my main account just aging up pets that I have in my inventory that I just really want to age up and make megas. I'm just really trying to give you guys like helpful hints to like age up pets faster when you're playing Adopt Me, because that's probably the one thing that you want like the most, other than like saving up bucks. And saving up bucks is like so easy as long as you just don't spend it. You just have to grind. That's how you get bucks. If you've noticed, other than like at the very beginning of this like challenge, like I've had bucks the whole time. Okay, enough of me talking about that. Let's get back to these trades. So I had this person trade me and they asked me if they could offer for my ghost or my pirate ghost capuchin monkey. If you've watched any of my other videos, then you know this thing is worth a lot. So when they offered this fly ride reindeer, it was just such an under offer. I do think that the reindeers are like really cute, and this one is fly ride, but this would definitely just wouldn't have been a good trade for me. Then I finally finished aging up these urchins, so I'm finally ready to make another neon urchin to trade. I know I got a bunch of these like during the event, like that they came out, and I definitely want to make it because I think this pet is so cute and it's just different and has like really like cool colors, and I think it looks super cute as a neon. And I especially love how the urchin has like, it's almost like it has like 3 colors when it's neon, so I can only imagine when it's mega that it has like 3 different colors like going on all at the same time, which is just so cool. And there's another trade coming up that I'm not sure how you guys are going to feel about it. I felt like it was like a super win for me, and it's kind of crazy like because this person was like very specific about what they wanted for their pet, and that was actually exactly what happened with that Arctic fox. If you remember, that person wanted like these exact pets for it. So talking about the Arctic fox, this person actually wanted the Arctic fox and they wanted our neon dodo. Can you guys believe we haven't traded that thing away yet? We worked so hard for it, and then it's just sat in our inventory. And then this person also wanted the werewolf. I really wasn't crazy about trading away the werewolf or this Arctic fox, but I was fine with trading away the neon dodo. And guys, they put in a mini pig for it. I actually think this is so cute, and this thing has like such high value. Elfbrad says that this mini pig, or this ride mini pig, is actually worth 14.75 in shark values. And then when I put in all the pets that they want, Elfbrad says it's actually like 13.75. So this is a very fair trade. So it's all in like what pets pets you want. The one that has like the most value is actually our neon dodo, and guys, like, I don't know, I just haven't got like a lot of offers for it. And so I really was like, you know what, I would rather have like one pet that's worth like a whole lot more than like 3 pets that are worth like quite a bit like on their own. I don't know. I mean, this trade could have gone either way, but I decided to do it because I just really like these mini pigs. And I would love for you to comment down below and tell me if you think I should have done this trade or not. And why do I do this every time? But I always check my inventory to make sure like the trade actually went through and we got the pet that we're supposed to get. Next, I got this trade for my neon urchin that I just finished making. And maybe possibly if I would have put this into values, they might have been like fair or over, but I would just rather have the neon, and so I told them no thank you. And now that I'm done with that neon urchin or making that neon urchin, I'm actually working on the snowy mammoths. And then I'm still working on the clover cows, which seem to be like taking forever, and I'm not really sure why. Then I had this person offer me this golden griffin for my diamond albatross, and it's just way under. This golden griffin is like really hard to trade. And because this diamond albatross is so hard to trade too, I'm actually kind of thinking about finding 3 more so I can make a neon to see if that's any easier to trade. Then I had this person trade me, and I guess I had that candy here, that fly candy here in our trading stand. They put in this fly ride shark. You guys know I love the sharks. And they asked me if I would add, and I'm definitely under like as far as the offer goes right now. But I'm guessing they just really like this candy here. And I really didn't know what to offer, but they were offering for this pink pet. So I kind of thought like, well, maybe I'll try to add like another pink pet. So I added this flower power duckling. I think it's like a super cute pet and it's like totally underrated, and they didn't really tell me like what else they wanted me to add because I definitely could have added something different. But as soon as I added this duckling, they then typed in chat like, sorry, no thank you. Next, I had this person offer for my diamond albatross. They put in that pup tune. You guys know I love the pup tunes, but this was just like a super under offer. So then I just asked them like, can I offer for your pup tune? So then I asked them like if they saw any ultra rares like in my profile that they wanted for this pup tune. I tried to go out to the profile to see like what kind of pets that they were looking for or what kind of pets they liked, but they didn't have anything on their profile. And when they came back to chat, they actually said the hamster and the snorkel, and both of those are megas, guys, which is way over for this pup tune. So then I asked, megas for your pup tune? And they said yes, and so I just declined the trade. And my guess, when someone has a response like that, I think that they probably don't know anything about values and they're probably like really new to the game. Then this new butterfly event started, so I was able to get like enough like social stones to be able to buy my first snapdragon. Then I had this person offer this ride alicorn for this fly candy here, and I just think that the candy here is probably like, I don't know, like a more in-demand pet, I guess. And mostly that's just because the alicorn like still comes from the egg, but as soon as it doesn't, it's probably going to be like worth like a lot more than it is right now. Then they added this fly ride midnight dragon, and I will definitely accept that for this candy here, so I did accept. And then when I went to the chat, they actually said for the bush elephant. And this was actually a really good offer for the bush elephant, but I just decided that I'd rather have the bush elephant than this midnight dragon. And I'm sure some of you guys would have taken this trade, and it probably was like a little bit of an over offer, which was good, but I just rather again have the bush elephant. Then I had that same girl from earlier offer for this candy here again, and I just told her sorry, no thank you. And that's the end of day 157. It's day 158 of our inventory transformation. I think I must have missed like a couple of the days like at the beginning of this butterfly, like whatever the event. I mean, I was collecting like the social stones so I could buy the snapdragons, and I was buying the snapdragons, but I just wasn't throwing them out there trying to collect any butterflies. And before I knew it, it was too late to actually even get the prismatic butterfly, so I totally missed that during the event. Luckily, I didn't miss the whole thing, and I still have a chance to get the moonbeam butterfly, but I wish I would have known that the prismatic was going to go away because I probably would have tried to get one. So I was just hanging out in the pizza parlor doing my task, and I had this girl or this guy or whatever ask me if I wanted a pizza. Or actually they asked me like what kind of pizza I wanted, and so I just told them pepperoni, and then I guess they went and made it, and so they traded me this pizza. They probably just got a job at the pizza parlor and they were bored, so they needed something to do, I guess. And I have absolutely no idea why I stayed on this server. Like when I saw that there was hardly anybody already on it. When I went to set up my trading stand, there weren't any, like a bunch of like trading stands there. There weren't a bunch of people in the center of town. So usually I will leave a server and go to another one, but for some reason I just didn't. I think I probably thought, well, I'll just give this server a chance and we'll see, and I can always switch. But usually after I get started and I collect like food and water, it's kind of like annoying to switch servers, but I mean, I will do it if it's a really bad server, but I definitely think I should have just left as soon as I saw that the server was pretty much dead. So like I said, I actually collected like quite a few of these snapdragons, so I'm going to throw them out there and see what we're going to get. But when I went to do that, I actually got this trade, and this person was offering for my neon dark brown Shetland pony, which is a rare. I wasn't too excited when I saw this offer because I would kind of rather have a neon than these pets, although I do really think those bloodhounds are super cute. And I also really love that rabbit, but all of these are like pretty easy to get. So I just told this person no thank you. Alright, so back to these snapdragons. I'm really hoping I get a moonbeam, but I think that that's how everyone feels when they throw out these snapdragons. I really wish there was a chance to still get that prismatic because I think it's like so cool looking, but I am super excited about this moonbeam like butterfly as well. So it looks like with my first snapdragon, I actually got this amber butterfly, which is just fine. I love free pets, so I'm just happy to get any free pets. I also did end up like friending a bunch of people like during this event because obviously it made it so much easier to get these social stones. It looks like with our second snapdragon, we actually got a blue butterfly, so let's try another one. So someone in one of my other videos, like when we were collecting social stones, was like just friend people and then delete them or unfriend them like after the event or after the day, and so that's exactly what I did. And it looks like I got another blue butterfly. But if I'm completely honest with you guys, I don't really like collecting social stones. Like I just don't like that part of Adopt Me. And guys, I got another blue butterfly, and I think I'm probably gonna try to make a neon. I love the butterflies, and I know like a bunch of people are obviously getting the blue butterflies because that's what we got the most of, but still, I think I'm probably gonna make a neon. Because if no one wants to offer for it, then I'm definitely going to be making a mega, at least on my main account at some point. So let's check out my inventory so far and see what we got. It looks like I got 3 of the blue butterflies, and then I got 1 of the amber butterflies. And then here's a look at the rest of our inventory, or what I have in my inventory so far during this challenge. I'm working on aging up these snowy mammoths so I can make them a neon like next. And I think I must have finally finished that glass clover cow that I needed, so I'll be making a neon at some point. And I decided to pull out this pup tune just for a little bit to get it aged up just a little bit because I have so many pup tunes and other pets actually that I need to be aging up. Sometimes I find that I'm just like, I don't know, I'm switching between a lot of different pets because I just can't decide like what to make neon next. I had this person trade me an offer for that neon like dark brown Shetland pony, and they offered me this ride golden dragon. It's a legendary, so I'm definitely going to accept it, and guys, they declined as soon as I accepted. Then I had this person trade me, and guys, they put in a pig. You know I want 2 more pigs because I want to be able to make a neon. So I definitely wanted to try an offer. But I'll tell you what's been going on with the pig. The value has just been going up and up and up, and I really wish that this person would have told me exactly what they wanted me to trade them for this pig. I had no idea what to offer, but I put in this diamond albatross because the value, if you put it into a values website, is like a 3, like it's really high. And then I put in this fly candy here because I just think they're so cute, and I was thinking that other people probably like them too. And then I asked this person, like, did you see anything in my inventory that you want for it? And no surprise, they declined. Then I had this person trade me, and they wanted to offer for the pup tune, and honestly, I don't want to trade the pup tune, but I will because I know I could probably get another one as long as their offer is like pretty good. They put in this panda, which is probably like a fair offer for this pup tune, but I just didn't want to trade it for that. I wanted like an overpay if I was going to trade it. Otherwise, I'm going to keep it because you know I'm trying to get more. Then I had this person offer this gibbon box for this neon Shetland pony, and guys, no, I just didn't want to accept that. You guys know what comes out of these gibbon boxes. The only thing I would be super happy about was like the influencer gibbon, and we're probably definitely not going to get it out of one box. Then I got this super under offer for my neon urchin. Then did you guys see I actually have 101,000 bucks right now? Then I got another really under offer for this neon. Then I had this person offer offer me like quite a few pets, but honestly, I'd just rather have the neon. Then I found a break in the daily task, and so I went to make these clover cows neon. I've made a couple of these clover cows neon, so I probably could have had a mega by now, but somebody always wants to offer for them, so I'm going to just keep making neons. I know I bought a bunch of these clover cows, like during that event, I spent a bunch of bucks on them. And I know I bought enough that I could actually make a mega, but I think I've just like traded them away, and I don't even have enough to actually make a mega now, so I can only make like a couple like more a couple more neons. And I really think this one's like a super cool neon because it glows like so many different places on its body. Then that same person from earlier tried to trade us again, and they put in even more pets this time, guys. And it probably was a fair offer because this urchin isn't worth like that much, but I just didn't want these pets. And I probably would have been more likely to like take their offer if they would have added in like 4 of one pet so that at least I could have made like another neon. But it was just a bunch of randoms. Also random, but when they added like this pet me like task thing, I was like, oh, I don't want to do that. But I really love it. I love to see like the pet up close, and it's actually like such an easy task. It's the easiest one that there is, I think. Then I got this offer, and this also was probably a pretty fair offer, but I'd rather have a neon even though that was a ride pet. And when I told them that I wasn't interested, they actually switched out that pet, and they put this legendary ride golden dragon in there, so this might have been that same person from earlier, and I will definitely accept this, and I did, and they did at first. And this is actually that same person that had that pig, and right at the end of the trade, they actually declined. And this server just has like nobody on it. I have no idea why I'm still on it. So if you're wondering what a server looks like that you shouldn't be on that's like dead, it's this one. Next, I got this trade, and this person just put in their Pomeranian, which I think they're really cute, and I think I might actually have one. So I just thought, okay, I'll offer them like an ultra rare because I'm pretty sure I have one, and then I could possibly get 2 more and make a neon, you never know. And so I went through my inventory and I just found the starfish. I feel like a lot of people like the starfish, and so I added that into the trade. And when I went to the chat, they actually said Puptoon, and this probably was just a fine offer for the Puptoon, but you guys know I don't want to really trade it away unless it's an overpay. Then I had this person offer me this pink beta fish, which I just love those. I actually have a mega on my main account. It's one of my favorite pets. And when I went to type like no thank you, because honestly I just wanted the neon, this person actually went ahead and declined the trade before I could even say anything. And I just feel like I'm getting the absolute like worst trades today. And guys, then I had that same person for earlier. This person has traded me like so many times, like 4 or 5 times now. And they put in that ride golden dragon to see like what my offer was. So I think what I thought was like, well, I offered them that neon urchin like earlier, so maybe they're willing to take it now. Like maybe they decided that they would take it for their golden dragon. But again, before I could even type anything into chat, they actually declined the trade. Oh, I think another reason like when we're collecting these social stones, like why I don't leave the server is because I've already friended people like on this server, and it's just kind of annoying to add like others. And really, I needed to be focused on grinding and just aging up my pets and collecting these like social stones. I was able to collect another snapdragon, so that's awesome. Then I had this person offer for my house. I was kind of excited because I would really like to trade this house away. And they didn't add anything, but then they were typing in chat, and then when they typed in chat, they actually said, "Is this for free?" I went to throw out that snapdragon that I have, and I'm really hoping to get a moonbeam, mainly because it's a legendary pet, but I do think that they're really cool. But it looks like I got another amber butterfly. And again, I'm not going to complain because I love free pets. Then I had this person offer me a blue butterfly for this neon urchin, and I just told them no thank you. Then I had this person trade me, and they put in this golden ladybug, and then they put in this Gaelic face. And guys, I love the Gaelic face. And then they typed in chat and said for panda, and I was like, I don't think I have a panda. And so I went out and checked, and I did not have a panda. And I was so disappointed, but you know what, guys? I actually was grinding with my main account at the same time like that I was playing or that I was recording for this. So on my main account, I actually went and traded this person a panda for that Gaelic Fae. I have been looking for Gaelic Faes. I don't know how many I have, but I'm trying to make a mega on my main account, and I was just so excited to get another one. Then I had this person trade me, and they put in a neon urchin for my neon urchin, and I'm like, why do people do this? And it's not a big deal for me to like do that trade, but what happens is I have it in my trading stand, and as soon as I do this trade, it actually takes it out of my trading stand, and I have to go back to my trading stand and put another pet in it. But even though they're the ones that traded me, they actually declined. But then I did actually change the pet in my trading stand to this golden dragon, and I had this person offer me this influencer gibbon, and I will definitely take it. I'm not really sure like what the value is on this influencer gibbon because it just came out like not that long ago, but I'll definitely take it, and I'll definitely put it in my profile and see if we can get any good pets for it. And adding it to my profile is exactly what I did as soon as I got done with that trade. Next, I had this person offer for my house. They put in this hot bop. No, I do not want a hot bop for my house. I want to get so much more out of it. And then they said something about being poor and would I accept this? And then they did add like a muskrat to this, but I just told them sorry, no thank you. Then I was able to get another snapdragon. Then I had this person trade me and they put in this pup tune. So then I asked them like, did they see any pets in my profile that they wanted for it? And like I had like a certain section for it or whatever that they could pick one. But I guess they didn't like the choices that I put out, so because they declined the trade. Then I got up to $102,000. Then I had this person offer for my neon Shetland pony. They put in 2 of the same pony, and then they put in this mama moose. I don't actually know like how much that is worth, and then they put in this ladybug, and this probably was like a fair offer, but I would just rather have the neon, and it didn't really matter because they ended up declining when I didn't accept. Then I had this person offer for my neon Shetland pony, and at first they offered me a sandwich, and then they took that out, and they offered me an orangutan, and I'm definitely not going to take that for this neon. And then when I didn't type anything in chat or accept the trade, they actually declined. Next, I had this person trade me. They put in this ox, they put in this zeopod, and they put in this blue butterfly. And I don't actually want like any of those pets, but then I started thinking I only have 3 of the blue butterflies. I know I'll probably most definitely get one when I throw out my snapdragons, but I was just thinking like I really want to make this neon or start working on this neon blue butterfly. And in order to do that, I kind of need 4. So I just asked them like, what do you want for the butterfly? Because I thought we could get it for something like really easy. So I actually put in this kid goat and I had asked them and they said that they wanted the blossom snake. But to me, this blue butterfly is not worth the blossom snake. It's worth about a kid goat because let's be honest, every single person that was playing Adopt Me during this event has a bunch of these blue butterflies. And then they asked if I could do the capybara for all of this. So I just said no thank you and I declined the trade. Then that same person came and traded my trading stand and they put in that same exact offer and I was like no thank you. And then they put in this legendary phoenix and I was like I will definitely take that for this neon. It's an overpay but I'll definitely do this trade. And then we both actually accepted the first trade window and then they just sat there for the longest time and then they took the phoenix out and then they added this ox back in and I just declined the trade. Then this person traded me and they put in this fly ride toucan and I was like I will definitely accept that for this neon. I'm not sure why this pony has been so hard to trade. I guess nobody wants it. I'm not really sure, but I bet like a mega one would be like super cool. But anyways, this person added in all these vehicles with this fly ride toucan and I was like I will definitely do this trade. And then when I went and checked my inventory, I actually had 2 other ones, so I just need 1 more and I could make a fly ride neon toucan. But as soon as I accepted, they actually took out that fly ride toucan, so I just declined the trade. And I was able to get another snapdragon. And if you remember from the event, you're only able to throw those out at night, and that's why I'm not going and throwing these out as soon as I get them. And if you remember, I said I was working on that pup tune, but I decided to pull out this blue butterfly because remember, I want to make a neon. And then I'm still working on the snowy mammoth because they take forever because they're ultra rares. I had this person trade me and they were offering for my fly ride Shiba Inu. I don't know why, but these pets are like really hard to trade, but this one's fly ride and that's the reason that I traded for it. And it is always nice to have like a fly ride pet, like especially during events where you have to like get stuff like up high. And it's also nice to have these like to give to like my alt accounts because then it's like a fly ride pet for them. But then that person never even ended up like adding any pets in. They just declined the trade after a very long time actually. Then I had this person offer me a neon ride ghost and I will definitely accept that for this pet. So I accepted the trade because I will definitely accept this. And then they ended up accepting, but then they declined at the last minute. So I had that same person trade me and put in that same neon ride ghost. So I went out to the chat and I said, this trade is fair. And then they said, can you add the hamster? And I'm thinking like my mega hamster for this? So then I said no. And then they said, I just checked values and you're under. And I was under on Elf Bread by 0.05. So guys, I just declined the trade. And I want you all to remember that trades cannot be like exactly fair. Like they hardly ever are exactly fair. And when you're talking about such a small amount, like it doesn't even matter. Then I had this person offer this neon poodle and I was like, yeah, I'll take that neon poodle for this. and I accepted the trade, and guys, they declined the trade. What is going on today? Then I had this person offer for my duckling. It's that same person from earlier. They put in the exact same offer that they give for every single pet. It gets a little bit irritating, but I just said like, no, thank you, and I declined the trade. And then that person traded me again, and they said anything. So I put in this Baconako, and they actually took out all their pets except for that blue butterfly. But if you remember, I kind of wanted that blue butterfly, and I would rather have blue butterflies than a lot of other pets. I mean, I just really like all the butterflies. And I think this person just wanted to trade something, and so I accepted the trade, and they accepted the trade, and guys, we got another blue butterfly. Then I finally went back to the butterfly sanctuary to throw out these snapdragons because I haven't been throwing out my snapdragons, and I don't want to forget. Of course, I want that moonbeam butterfly just because it's a legendary and it's pretty cool, but I'll take any of the butterflies. And I'm just sure that after we just traded that Baconako for that blue butterfly, we'll probably get like a bunch of blue butterflies. And yes, that's exactly what happened. And that's definitely okay because I'm more than happy to make a mega if we end up with like a bunch of them. Oh my gosh, guys, I did not think that we were actually going to get a moonbeam butterfly, but that's exactly what happened. We got one. I think this is super awesome. And it's so cool how it lights up at night. I can't imagine like what the neon or the mega neon would actually look like. But I really don't see myself getting enough snapdragons to find out and be able to get enough of these moonbeam butterflies. Have I told you guys how much I love having this pet handler certificate? I know as soon as it runs out, I'm going to want to try to get another one, so I hope I can. Then I had this person offer for my duckling. I think it's the flower power duckling. And like I told you before, I think it's super cute, so I'd need like another super cute pet to like replace it. At first, they added in this Toxicite Jr., which I'm pretty sure I have a couple of the Toxicite Juniors, but I think they're ultra rares, and so that makes them a lot harder to make neon than like the regular Kai Juniors. So then they switched out that pet and they put this muskrat and they put this Sub-Zero Scorpion, which I really like that pet a lot. But who knows, I might get some in my lure, but I'm not going to get this flower power duckling in my lure, so I kind of just wanted to hold on to it and not take this offer. I think the duckling is like really underrated, and I think this was probably like a really fair offer on their part, but I just wanted to keep the flower power duckling. Then when I didn't accept, they actually put in like a Snorgle and a Hop Bop, and I'm just not interested in that or taking that for this pet. Then I had this person put in a horse and see if we had an offer, and it's a ride horse. I really like these, and I definitely wanted to offer. I guess I never like really know like what to offer, but this is a ride pet, so I went ahead and put in that Fly Ride Shibu Inu that we have. It's an ultra rare, and then I put in that Starfish, and then I put in my Missile Troll. And really, my offer was over for this ride horse, but I feel like a lot more people would rather have the horse, and so maybe it wasn't the best offer. I'm not sure. I mean, values wise, it was like a fine offer. In fact, I was actually over, but this is when I'm really hoping someone will like pick a pet that they want. And when I went to the chat, they actually said mini pig. I'm like, are you serious? And I guess I just said that I wish that they would pick a pet, but I wish that they would pick a pet that was actually fair for their pet. There's no way that I'm going to trade this mini pig for this ride horse. So then I said like, I don't think so. And they said, oh, and then they said, okay, bye. Then this person traded me and they asked me if they could offer for the bush elephant. I said sure, and I didn't get my hopes up because I never do anymore. And the first pet that they added in was this dire stag, and I don't know about you guys, but I just do not like this pet. Like, I just don't even think it's cute at all. Not to mention it was like a really under offer. And then they added a Primal Kai Jr., which the value of those just like aren't very good. I mean, I think both of these are just like mid legendaries. They're not like really bad, but I always like feel like it's really hard to trade like a dire stag. And I don't really know like how hard it is to trade a Primal Kai Jr. because I would say I haven't had like too many that I've actually traded. And they kind of acted like they were going to add another pet, but they never did. And this was just like a super under offer for this bush elephant. Oh wait, they did end up adding like a third pet, and it was like an ultra rare, and I was just like, yeah, no thank you. Then I had this person trade me and they just put in a bunch of healing apples, which I didn't need. That's the end of day 160. It's day 161 of our inventory transformation. I got this trade almost as soon as I logged in, and this person wanted to offer for my plant-powered roller skates. Honestly, I don't know anything about them because you guys know I don't know much about the vehicles. This person asked me to check their profile and see if there was anything that I liked, and so I asked them if they would offer the Seafoam Butterfly. And then they said, well, I think that's a lot for these roller skates. Like I said, I don't know what they're worth, and does anybody really know what they're worth? They're only worth what someone will trade for them. them. So I went out to check out their profile to see what other stuff that they had that maybe I could ask them for, and I saw that they had the prismatic butterfly. You guys know I missed getting the prismatic butterfly, so I asked them if they would be willing to trade it, not for the skates necessarily, but for something else in my profile. I added in this butterfly neon that I have, or this neon butterfly that I have, because they obviously are like a butterfly collector. And then I added in this neon penguin because I knew that the values would say it was pretty high. And again, at this point, nobody knows what that prismatic butterfly is really worth because it just came out. So then they asked me if I had any older butterflies. And guys, you know I haven't been on this account for that long, like when all the butterflies came out. And so really all I had was this rosy maple moth. Is that really a butterfly? Not really, it's a moth. And then I also added that newer moth, the Mira moth or whatever it's called. And then they said, I'm so sorry, I'm looking for specific stuff right now. And even though they said that, I still added in like a bunch of neons that I had, these lower tier neons, hoping that they would take it for this prismatic butterfly. But I really don't think there was any convincing this person. So then they asked me again if I would trade these skates to them, if I could look at their profile and see if there was anything that I wanted that was like low tier. And I looked all through their profile, and honestly, there wasn't anything that caught my eye that I really wanted to trade these skates for. It isn't that the skates are like that important to me, it's just that I didn't see anything. And the only butterflies that they had, because I definitely would have taken butterflies for these skates, the only butterflies that they had for trade, they said that they wouldn't trade for this. Then I was just doing a lot of grinding. I was able to buy another snapdragon and then another snapdragon, and just doing a lot of grinding with my Kai Jr. and my blue butterfly. Then I threw out this first snapdragon and I actually got a seafoam butterfly, which was super awesome. And then with the second one, I actually got an amber butterfly. And like I've told you before, guys, I will take any free pets. Then I had this person offering for my neon dark brown Shetland pony. They added in 4 beavers and then these Shiba Inus. And honestly, I just did not want to take this. I would just rather have the neon. So I told them no, thank you. Then I had this person trade me and they just started adding in all these pets. And I gotta tell you, I love all these beta fish or whatever they're called. People really like this eggnog dog. I love the fennec fox. Then they added in this blue butterfly. I'm kind of a sucker for butterflies. And they added in a dog, and you guys know I love to make neon dogs. So I kind of was just thinking like maybe we have some low tier like pets that they might want to trade us for those things. So then in the chat I just said, hi, like what are you looking for? And I went out to their profile to check it out. There was nothing on their profile, so I went to see like what pets I could add to like try to offer for this. And when I did that, they declined. And looking around, this actually seems to be like a pretty good server. Like it seems like there's lots of people around, there's lots of trading stands, so I'm kind of excited. I had this person trade me and just put in a bunch of randoms, and I just told them I'm not looking for those right now. Then I had that same person from earlier that declined our trade when I went to add in pets, start adding in those pets, so I went ahead and start adding in some of my low tier pets. And when I look back at this trade, I'm not really sure it was like a great trade for me. I mean, it's not like it really matters because everything's like really low tier. And I do think that those Kai Juniors are like really cute. And this other pet, this dark brown Shetland pony, it's actually a rare, but guys, we already have a neon. And I don't know, I just kind of think like this is a fair trade, I guess. We both just got like different pets to work with now. Next, I had this person ask me if they could offer for my Mega Highland cow. So I went out to add it to the trade, and then they said, I'm gonna add some megas and you can pick one. And I really didn't see that message until afterwards, and they added in these 4 megas, and guys, I was like, I mean, none of these megas are like pets that I really want or megas that I really want. I feel like all of them would be like really easy to get, like all the pets to be able to make my own mega if I wanted to. But then I was like, even if you added all 4 of those megas together, I'm not even sure that they would make up the value of this Mega Highland cow. And this person wanted me to choose one of them. Okay, I just put it in elf bread, and actually they were over by just a little bit for this Mega Highland cow. But I really didn't want any of these megas, and so you kind of have to ask yourself like if you want all of these megas or if you want the Mega Highland cow that you love. But again, it doesn't really matter because they just wanted me to pick one of them. They weren't offering all 4 of them for this Mega Highland cow. Then I turned on my party invitations again, or I decided I'm going to start going to parties again because it's kind of fun. And this one said giving away free toys, and I thought, why not? Let's go check out this person's house and maybe get a free toy. Now remember, I'm a crazy grinder, guys. I do not like to miss any task on my pets. So when I showed up at this house, I actually asked the person who owned the house if they were giving away free toys, and they said yeah, after the house tour. after everyone shows up. My pets had tasks to do, so I really didn't want to wait around for a house tour, and it really didn't look like there was much to this house. And I could have been wrong, but I just decided to go ahead and teleport out of there and go do my task. And like I said, I'm gonna start trying to go to a lot more parties because I love looking at people's houses when they're decorated and getting some good ideas to maybe decorate my own house. Plus, I think it really makes the game like a lot more exciting or a lot more fun. Or maybe the right word is just more interesting. Then I had this person offer for my neon pony, and honestly, just with that butterfly, it probably was like a pretty good offer. I just really didn't want to have that Dracula parrot. And I don't know why, but when people start adding in like free things, like for some reason it just like cheapens their offer. It just makes it seem like not like something you want. Do you guys find that to be true? Then this person offered me a fly mouse, but honestly, I would just rather have the neon. I know it's a fly pet and it might have been an okay offer. I'm not really sure, but I just wanted the neon. And then I went to throw out some more snapdragons and I got another amber butterfly, so I might be making a neon at some point. Then I got this offer for my neon frozen penguin, and I definitely didn't want to take this. Then I got this offer for my mega snorkel, and I just wasn't interested in taking this. A lot of those pets are like really hard to trade, and the mega snorkel is actually turning out to be like really hard to trade too. I wish I would have left them as neons and just tried to trade the neon snorkels. Then I had this person trade me, and they put in this pup tune, and if you remember in my profile, I say that I'm looking for pup tunes, and I have pets that I'm willing to trade for the pup tunes. So then I asked this person if they saw anything in my profile. Like I told them, like, did you pick something from my profile that I was offering for it? And they said, hold on. And then they said for the mini pig, and I'll add. And I'm thinking, oh my gosh, what are they going to add? That mini pig is worth so much. And I think I probably came off like kind of rude, but I didn't mean to, but I probably just should have like seen their offer before I said like, no, thank you. So then they said, just put a pet in. I don't know. So I went out to pick a pet, and I just picked this saber tooth. And as soon as I added into the trade, they declined. And here's the thing with the pup tunes. Are they cute? Yes. Is the value very high on them? No. Do I think that the value on them should be higher? Yes. And even though this person won't take the saber tooth for this pup tune, I know there's somebody out there that will. So just try not to get too upset when someone doesn't want to take your offer. Then I had this person trade me, and they put in this toucan, and I went and checked, and I actually have 2 of them. So I'm like, okay, maybe I could get a 3rd one, and then maybe I could get a 4th one and make a neon. So I went out to pick a pet to like offer for them because they didn't actually say anything. So I added this Merry Mistletoe, which is also an ultra rare, and it's a very fair offer. But then when I went back to the chat, they said for pup tune, and guys, I'm not going to trade my pup tune away for this toucan because I want to make a mega. I mean, at this point, it's like a very fair trade, or it would be a very fair offer for this pup tune. But I'm trying to get pup tunes. I'm not trying to trade them away. I mean, I will trade them if it's an overpay because I know I could probably get more, but oh no, I didn't put in the Merry Mistletoe. I put in this Mr. Whisker Pips or whatever. But then I just told them that the pup tune was not for trade. Then I got another Snapdragon, and then I got another really crummy offer for this neon brown or dark brown Shetland pony. And guys, this is where AdoptMe is a little bit tricky. On that last trade, it said verified friend, but that's not my verified friend. It's only my friend because I'm collecting social stones. So just so you don't think that I'm playing with a bunch of my friends that are trading me. Then I had this person offer for my neon pony, and guys, this was probably like an okay trade. I mean, the ermines are really cute. I really like those fish, but I just kind of wanted to have the neon instead. And I am so glad that I waited for a good trade because we got this offer for that neon pony. They offered us a neon Dracula fish and then this neon warthog. So it's 2 neons for 1, which I'm very happy with. I love that warthog. It's so cute. So I definitely accepted this offer. Next, I saw this person and they had this capybara in their trading stand, so I wanted to offer, so I put in this fly candy hair. I think these candy hairs are so cute, but this person declined my offer. Then I went to go throw out another Snapdragon, and guys, we got another amber butterfly. Then I decided to try to offer for this capybara one more time. I put in this ride potion, which was pretty fair. I always try to I want to find the person that has the trading stand so I can try to look at their profile before I trade them just so I can see maybe what kind of pets they're looking for. But when there's a lot of people on the server, it's kind of hard to do sometimes. So this person actually took out the capybara, and while they were doing that, I went out to their profile to see if there was anything that they needed that I had that I could maybe offer for this and just kind of get a good idea of the kind of pets that they like maybe, but I couldn't really tell. So when I went back to the trade, they actually had put this Glormy dolphin in, which guys, I think those are really cute. And I think that they're going to be like worth more like later on. That's just my guess. And then they put in the sloth, and I did the very annoying thing where I put in my own Glormy dolphins like, hey, I already have a bunch of those, because doesn't everybody? So then they added this king penguin, and guys, I was only focused on the capybara. I'm just like, I really want that capybara. So I'm like, what do you want for the cappy? And then their response was, I don't know, I'm just seeing what people will offer me for it. Okay, well, that's kind of like, we're definitely going to lose, because I don't feel like our offer is probably the best one that they've got. But I was like, well, do you see anything in my profile that you might want for it? And I gotta tell you, I think sometimes people just put pets in trading stands just to see what they'll get offered. They never actually want to trade like whatever it is. They just want to see offers. Well, I waited a really long time, and they finally came back to chat and said like, no, not really. Like, they didn't see anything in my profile that they wanted for this capybara. Then I did have my neon frozen penguin in my trading stand, but I changed it out to this neon urchin. I had this person trade me and ask me if I still had the frozen penguin so that they could offer for it. Okay, so remember, to make this neon, I actually used 4 ultra rares. So this was their offer. They offered a Toxicite Jr., which is an ultra rare, and then 2 rare pets, and then like a motorbike or something. So I just told them no thank you. Then I had a couple people offer for this neon urchin. First we got offered this Toxicite Jr. that I didn't want to take for this neon, and then I got offered this ride poodle, and I didn't want to take that either. Then this is the same person that offered that Toxicite Jr. They offered this ride gold mahi mahi. The mahi mahis are like really hard to trade, so I didn't want to accept this. Then I had this person trade me, and they offered me these orange beta fish or betta fish, and I absolutely love those. I'm not sure why I didn't take this offer. I think it was just because like I already had a neon and I didn't want to make this other one. And this was actually a fan, and they said that they loved my videos, so thank you so much for watching. And then guys, I ended up on Cookie Cutter's server. I'm such a huge fan, and then I went out to see if he had a live going on, and he did, so I joined it so I could watch at the same time. And this was the one where he was like touring like 100 houses. And I absolutely love to look at people's houses like in adoptme, because everyone is so creative. So I followed him around for the longest time, just checking out all these really cool houses, guys. And it's a little bit hard to follow because I was actually playing on this Brie challenge, or this like 1-year challenge like account, but I was also grinding on my main account. And on my main account, I actually have the magic door, and I was kind of hoping that he would tour my house. And guess what? He actually did tour my house during the video. So you'll see me like teleport to a house, and then my main account will teleport to me, and then she's trying to put up like the magic door like the whole time. And there were all kinds of like really cool houses that we checked out. And I've tried to join like one of the lives before for Cookie Cutter. Like I tried to join a server, and I was always like 137 in line or something like that. So it's just absolutely crazy to actually be on the server that Cookie Cutter was on. And guys, I would describe it as like madness, like total chaos. And in the middle of it all, I actually got this trade, and this person put in this sweetheart rat, which you guys know I'm looking for those. I asked them what they wanted for it, and they said that they wanted that Misker Whisker Pips or whatever, so I put that in there, and I'm definitely okay with trading that away for this sweetheart rat because we're going to make a mega. So I got another sweetheart rat, which I still think that I need like quite a few before I could even think about making a mega, but we got another one. Then I was able to get another Snapdragon. And guys, don't think that I forgot about Cookie Cutter. I'm just kind of crazy, and I have to grind. Like I have to do all the things, and I will find him again, and we will tour a bunch more houses. But right now I want to throw out the Snapdragon and see what butterfly I'm going to get. And here's the thing, he was actually doing this live for the new update that came out, like the new furniture that we got. And so this event, like this butterfly sanctuary, was actually ending, so I didn't have any time. Like I couldn't wait because I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to throw out these Snapdragons later. And we got another blue butterfly. Why not a moonbeam one? And I was really happy to find all this stuff so that we could do our grinding while we were following Cookie Cutter around. And guys, it's just the craziest thing. And if I were him, I would probably always play on a private server because everyone just like crowds around him, and you can't even like see anything or even like hardly even think about what you want to do. I guess this person like logged off like while we were looking at their house, and you could see like Cookie Cutter like jumping up and down because everyone got like teleported to the same exact spot. So here was one of the houses that we went to. I found around like the stuff so I can do my grinding, because I already told you I can't not do it. And every time we would switch to like another house, it was like the whole entire server was actually just like chasing after Cookie Cutter. Can you imagine being so popular that you can't even play the game because everyone's surrounding you? Then he went to the butterfly sanctuary and everyone was there too. Sometimes the houses were just like so crazy because it was like a tiny home or just this like one room and everyone was in like the same exact spot. But I promise you we're getting to some like really cool houses. Speaking of really cool houses, this is actually my main's house, her Queenslander. Oh my gosh, I was so excited that he actually toured my house during the live. Did you see how he ran across the room and everyone was like chasing him? And then here's everyone like outside, like which house or which door or which magic door is he actually going to go in, because we want to just follow him. Then I got another Snapdragon and I wanted to throw it out because like I told you, the event is getting ready to end. And this time I got an amber butterfly. I have no idea how many butterflies I've gotten at this point, but quite a few. This was the next house we toured and it was absolutely so cute. And guys, they had the cutest outfits. I don't think any of the other houses had any outfits on display, but when I saw these ones, I was like, oh my gosh, they're so cute. So as I flipped through them, at first I was just looking at them and then I was like, I think I'm going to buy them because like I have like a bunch of bucks. And I really don't like the outfit that I have on at this time. And so I was like, I definitely want to buy them and then maybe wear one of them. I would say that I don't really feel like I'm very good at making outfits or like putting outfits together. I just don't really have the patience for it. And when I get done, I'm always like, oh, that doesn't look that cute. So I would love to buy some that I could just put on if I wanted to. And I totally forgot that you can only buy like from 3 mannequins at once, like from one person. So I wasn't able to buy all the outfits, but there will be more, guys. There's going to be more houses with more outfits. I can't wait. So after I bought those outfits, I wanted to try them on and see which one was going to work for me. I don't really care for that one as much. This one, like it was the bangs. Like I want to be able to see my eyes. Then when I put this one on, I thought this is really cute. So I'm going to stick with this one for right now. And guys, this is actually going to go with the house that I'm going to decorate next. And you're going to see I actually trade my house. Maybe not in this episode, but coming up very, very soon. And yet another house where there are so many people you can't even see. Like you can't even see all the stuff, like how it's decorated or anything like that. But I found some more outfits to look at. I really, really liked this first outfit. And so I definitely bought it. And guys, I don't know why, but I think that they only had 3 outfits. And so I was just like, I'm going to buy them all. I just started thinking like how much work like people actually put into making these outfits. I have a bunch of bucks, so why not spend them and give them some money too? I really enjoyed like following Cookie Cutter around and actually seeing it like on the live at the same time. But I don't really like it when all these people are like right around me and I feel like I can't see anything. But I love like touring houses, especially ones that are decorated like really cute. It's kind of funny because this next house that we went to, there was actually like this giant cookie like on the wall. So I don't know if they were just huge Cookie Cutter fans or like what. And then there were also like quite a few people that were actually dressed up like Cookie Cutter. So it was kind of like a little bit like, where is Cookie Cutter? You had to like look at the names to find him. And it's so crazy like how every house is so different. Like everyone has like these great ideas because there really aren't that many things to like decorate with. But guys, there are 2 houses that are coming up that were absolutely amazing. But first, this is actually one of Cookie Cutter's like houses. And I cannot imagine like being this creative and having this much time to put this much detail into one house. So at first I was just like walking around everywhere trying to look at everything. And then I was like, I really need to be like flying. And this was just so crazy. I'm like, how do you even find the stuff to decorate all these things? Like, how do you even make all this stuff? It is just so cool. There's even like that roller coaster. I mean, that is amazing. Can somebody tell me please, like how long you think it would take to actually build that? And then we went to this house and guys, this looks amazing too. It's like being outside at a campsite, but it's like so cool. It's almost like it's Christmas time because there's all the lights, but there's no snow. But it's just beautiful. I love it. I am just totally amazed by all these builders and wish that I was this good. And then we went to another house and they had even more outfits. This person had so many outfits to look at. And I have so many bucks right now, so I was definitely going to buy at least 3 outfits from this person just so I have them in my inventory. But not only did they have all these cute outfits, but they also had like a really cool house. I mean, it was like really creative. I mean, look at these really cool aquariums with like like they must have the displays like under them so you can see like a bunch of their pets. And I don't know why, but it kind of looked like they were glowing. I just loved it. And I'm usually into like really bright colors, but I just loved like all the pet displays. Okay, so I didn't take you on like all 100 houses, like all the tours. This is actually the last one that I'm showing in this video, but I tried to show you some of the coolest houses or some of the ones that I liked the most. That's the end of day 163. It's day 164 of our inventory transformation. Guys, here's a look at my inventory so far. I'm working on aging up these blue butterflies so I can make a neon because I think they're so cute. My pet handler certificate ran out, which is super disappointing because I absolutely loved having it, but hopefully I'll try to be able to trade for one later. I'm headed to the campground and it doesn't really look like there's that many people, but we won't know until we go to the center of town after we're done with our task for the day. I feel like it's kind of hit and miss sometimes, like when I get on a server, and so I just need to make sure that there's plenty of people, like so that we'll have lots of people to trade with. I got my first trade of the day and I will definitely trade this neon urchin for this neon Kai Jr. So almost as soon as they put it in, I just thought about it for just a minute and then I accepted. But then when I went out to the chat, they actually had said like, please add more. And then when I looked up values on Elfbred, actually it said that the neon urchin is actually worth more than the neon Kai Jr., almost twice as much, guys. So I definitely didn't want to add more for their Kai Jr. Although I will say that I have had lots of luck trading the neon Kai Jr.'s. This actually seems to be like a really good server, so I'm definitely going to stay for a while. I mean, look at all these trading stands. That's a lot of trading stands. Then I had this person trade me and they put in this fly ride scare bear. I do like the scare bears, but it doesn't seem like they're very easy to trade. I don't have any fly ride legendaries that I wanted to trade, so I just put in a legendary, which was the Rosy Maple Moth, which honestly, if this wasn't a fly ride pet, it would have been very like, I don't know, like a fair trade. So then I put in this fly ride pet that I had just to make up the difference, and then they put in a Rosy Maple Moth like, hey, look, I already have one. So then I took out my Rosy Maple Moth and I was trying to find like another legendary and I just couldn't. I didn't find any and I wish they would have told me like what they wanted, but anyways, I just told them like, sorry, no offer. And then guys, I thought this day was never gonna come, but this house is not gonna be here very much longer. Actually, in this episode, we actually trade it. So take a good look around because this house is going bye and we're going to be getting a new house. I have really loved this house and I think one of the things I like most about it is the grinding thing is right inside the door, like the grinding area, and then also it's just like a big open space, and I think I like that in a house the most. Then I had this person offer for my fly golden ladybug. They put in this dragonfly, which is really hard to trade, and then they put in this glormy dolphin. And have you guys seen this neon glormy dolphin? It's actually really cool and I can't wait to make some. But at this time, I just wanted to keep the fly golden ladybug, so I did. I just told him no thank you. Then I grinded so much when I had that pet handler certificate and I actually finished these snowy mammoths, so I'm ready to make a neon snowy mammoth. I love this pet and I'm hoping I get enough on my main account that I can actually make a mega, but right now we're just making a neon for this account to trade. I think I can definitely say that I love like every elephant that's out in the game, even the snorkel. I know it's not technically like an elephant, but it looks a lot like the elephant. And this snowy mammoth turned out so cute, and I think the neon blue color definitely goes with it. So of course, after I make a neon, I always want to update my profile. And I'm back to aging up these blue butterflies. I had this person offer me a car for this fly golden ladybug, and you guys know I'm just not that into vehicles, so I told them no thank you. Then I saw this person that had a fly ride cupid dragon. I've already told you guys that I'd like to get 2 more so I can make a neon cupid dragon. So I definitely just wanted to try to offer. At first, I put in this mega snorkel. I wasn't sure if they'd actually like that pet or not. And then I put in this neon butterfly. And the thing with the cupid dragons is the value actually has dropped like a lot lately. And this mega snorkel, it shows that it's like really valuable, like if you put it into a values website. So actually my offer is like pretty fair for this fly ride cupid dragon right now. I might just be like slightly under or just like right there. So then they said, can you switch out the neons? And I'm like, oh my gosh, that's a really good sign because we can use this mega snorkel. The mega snorkels are so easy to make, so it's just like really easy to replace if we wanted to. So then I put in this neon clover cow because I know a lot of people just love that pet. So then I asked, do you like these? Because this puts me like over by a little bit. And here's the thing, guys, I've had a lot of you guys like comment and say like, oh, the value's off or whatever. But you have to think I can only go off the values like right now when I'm recording this video. And right now when I'm recording this video, that fly ride Cupid Dragon is only worth a 4.75, and therefore my offer is actually over right now. I absolutely think that the Cupid Dragon's value is going to go back up. It's just going to take it just a little bit before it does. And when it does, it might be as valuable as like the strawberry shortcake bat dragon or the chocolate chip bat dragon, but right now its value is just not like that high. In fact, if you really like the Cupid Dragon, right now is the time to try to trade for one, because like I've already said, I'm sure that the value of it is going to go up and up and up. So then they asked me if I could switch, like no problem, and so I put in this neon warthog, and then I just asked like this, and then they said, please wait, I'm thinking about it. So I was really hopeful that they would actually take this. And at this point on Elfbred, it actually said this is a fair trade. But if I'm completely honest with you, I would much rather have the Cupid Dragon. Obviously, I'm the one offering for it. And I know it sounds kind of crazy, but I love this neon warthog and I really didn't want to trade it. But I definitely will if it means we'll get this Cupid Dragon. And I probably should have just added something in, like a legendary or something like that, even if I would have been over, because you guys know I want this Cupid Dragon, and I am actually shocked that they are still trying to trade us, that they're still in this trade and they haven't declined. But then soon after this, they actually said, sorry, I'm gonna pass. But then a little bit later, I saw this same person, and guys, I really wanted that Cupid Dragon, so I traded her back and I said, hey, I saw you were making a mega blue butterfly, like in her profile, I saw that. And remember, I'm working on these blue butterflies, and I think I have like 2 or 3 that are full grown, and then the other one is like aged up like quite a bit, maybe to like teen or something like that. So I just thought maybe if I offered that mega snorkel and I put in these 4 butterflies and then I put in that neon warthog again, like maybe, just maybe, she would actually do the trade. And I don't think at first like she realized like what I was offering for was that Cupid Dragon again. And really they said like, I think I'm good, like I just have like 1 more neon to make, but really it was just worth a try. And then I said like, so there's nothing in my profile that you might want for that Cupid Dragon. But then when she came back to the chat, she said the Highland Cow, but I don't know if you're over or under. And really guys, at this point, the Mega Highland Cow is worth like 3 times the Cupid Dragon. So it's worth like 3 like fly ride Cupid Dragons. It's actually even worth like more than that. And then after I said that, she just declined the trade. So then I had this person trade me and they said, what on my profile do you want for the Ghost Pirate Capuchin Monkey? So then I went out to check out their profile, and guys, they did such a good job of like filling out their profile, like telling us like all the pets that they have for trade, what they're looking for, like all the stuff. But I didn't really feel like there was any pets that I really wanted, especially for this Ghost Pirate Capuchin Monkey, because I kind of want to keep it. Remember, I have another one on my main, and so if I get like 2 more, then I could probably make a neon or whatever, or maybe just hold on to them because I really like them. And like I said, they did have some cute stuff that I wouldn't have mind having, but it just wasn't going to add up to what I actually wanted, I didn't think. So when I came back to the chat, I just said, I'm really sorry, but I didn't see anything. And then they had put in this pup tune, because you guys know I'm looking for pup tunes. So remember, I have this section on my profile where I show like pets that I'm willing to trade like for the pup tune. So I just asked them if they picked one. And before I could even type out that whole message, they said winner doe for it, and I'm like, I will definitely trade the winner doe for this. So guys, we just got another pup tune. So after that trade, I just want to go out and I want to check and see how many pup tunes I have so far and how many more I need to be able to make my mega. And it looks like I need 4 more pup tunes after that trade to be able to make our mega, so we're getting so close. Then I had this person trade me and they asked me if they could offer for my mini pig. The value on the mini pig has gone up so much since the summer game last year, because that's when it came out, was like the summer fest. And guys, Elfbred says it's actually worth a 14. This one's a ride, so it's worth like a little bit more. And this person offered this mega fly ride dog. And guys, I know a mega dog is about like a 1. And that is the difference in this trade. So it's super unfair and super low offer, but maybe they didn't know. I really don't know. Next, I had this person offer me a frozen penguin for my neon frozen penguin. Obviously, this isn't a fair trade. And so I told them no, thank you, or maybe I just declined. Then I had this person trade me and they put in all these pets and just said like, can you offer? And then they said like, I like the Cappy. And I definitely didn't want to trade the capybara for this or for these pets. So I just put in some of my pets because I was thinking, oh, I can make another neon blue butterfly, and who knows, I might end up making a mega. And they said that they could add for the Cappy, but guys, I didn't want to take like a bunch of random pets for this one like good pet, because I really like the capybara. And then I finally finished aging up these blue butterflies so I can make my neon. I know I've told you guys before, but I just absolutely love all the butterflies. And I know a bunch of people had like a bunch of these blue butterflies, and probably there are a lot of megas, but I just think they're so cute. And if we have this neon and there's other people that are trying to make a mega, maybe they'll offer for our neon just so they can like easily make their mega or more easily make their mega. And I got my first offer for this neon blue butterfly. This person put in a ride snowcat. And maybe it wasn't a horrible offer, but I just wanted something different, like maybe another neon or something better. Then I had this person trade me and they asked me if they could offer for those folded paper wings that we got from like the capuchin or like the monkey event or whatever it was called. Oh, that's right. It was like the gibbon event. And it looks like I have like at least 10 pair just on this account, and I know I have more on my other alt accounts, so I have no problem trading this away. And I really did think that this was like a really cool thing to get. Like out of the gibbon box, it was one of the best things I thought. And when they asked me what I wanted for it, I just said like I really like cute stuff, and that's kind of what I've been like saying lately. So then they added this amber butterfly, and I will definitely take that for these folded wings. And it looks like I have 7 of the amber butterflies after that trade, so if I get one more, I can actually make 2 neons to be able to trade. Next, I had this person trade me and they put in this golden unicorn. These are kind of hard to trade. I have no idea why. I love all the unicorns, but the golden unicorn doesn't have like a really high value, so I put in this rosy maple moth hoping that they would take this for this golden unicorn, because this rosy maple moth has actually been kind of hard to trade. And again, I really like both of these pets. I have no idea why nobody wants them, but we're just going to trade it, and hopefully we can trade this golden unicorn for something good. Next, I had this person offer for my neon blue butterfly. They put in the swordfish, which already was like a bad start because I don't know why, I just don't like the swordfish. And I told you guys in another video that I turned my party invitations back on, or I started trying to go to some of the parties. And in this party invitation, they actually said that they were giving away free pets for whoever showed up at the party, so I definitely wanted to check it out. And when I got to the party, I was actually really surprised because there were a lot of people there. But once I was there for like a little bit, I realized that this person's giving like really low tier pets away, which there's nothing wrong with that, but I really don't need one, and I really didn't want to wait in line. And I wasn't sure, but they were kind of saying or kind of acting like they were running out of pets already. So again, I just decided to teleport out of there because I just wanted to get some grinding done, and it just wasn't worth my time. Next, I had this person trade me and they said something, hey, would you want to trade for the dinosaur? I had this Kai Jr. out, and I actually had an extra Kai Jr. Like I'm making a neon, but I had an extra one, and I will definitely trade it away if we get a good offer. Again, the Kai Juniors aren't really worth like that much or anything like that, because I think like a bunch of people got a bunch of them, but they're actually really cute. So then they said something about they would put in like 2 or 3 pets or something like that, or cool pets, and so they started adding in some pets. They put in this ocelot. I probably would have traded it for that because sometimes people are looking for those. But then they kept adding, and you guys know I'm kind of a sucker for cats and dogs. I know it sounds so weird, but they're so easy to make neons, and I think they're really cute when they're neons. Then they added like the sea skeleton panda, and you never know, like sometimes people are just looking for like certain pets, and so it's kind of nice to have. And I know that I was like, oh, I don't want a bunch of random pets like in my inventory, but again, I'm seriously always up for making like neon cats and dogs. Okay guys, and this is where it happens. This is where we actually trade our house. I can't even believe that I ended up trading this house. It took so long. So at first they put in this ride diamond hamster. I really like those, and I already have one, so I was kind of thinking like, I don't know, maybe we can make a neon or trade for a neon or something like that. And I know everybody doesn't love that pet, but I actually really like that pet. I like all the hamsters. So then they put in that ride albino gorilla, and surprisingly it has like really high value. But then they took it out and they were actually offering this other like random stuff, and I was like, I will do it for the hamster and the gorilla. And mostly that was just based on values, honestly. I mean, I wouldn't say that I really like the albino gorilla. I don't dislike it. I'm just kind of like meh towards it. And I have a feeling that it's actually like not in high demand, so it's probably going to be like really hard to trade. But again, the value of their offer was actually like pretty high, and I was ready to trade this house and just move on. And I would absolutely love for you guys to comment down below and tell me if you would have done this trade or not. And on Elfbrad, they actually said, or it said, that the value of this like offer was like a 7.5, which I just felt like I couldn't pass up. And really, if you guys think about it, it took me 164 days to actually trade a house, because the first time we just traded for another house. So was it worth it? I don't know. I mean, I'm pretty happy with this trade. I wasn't upset about it later, so I'm gonna say like happy values made me happy. But one thing I will say is I really hope that the next time that we decorate a house, it takes like so much less time time to actually be able to trade it. And I had the hardest time figuring out like what house I wanted to decorate next because I'm kind of getting tired of decorating like the same old houses. I mean, I feel like I usually use like the tiny homes and then I just make them like little grinding houses, although they are definitely the cheapest to like decorate. But I felt like since I have like $107,000, I can actually decorate like a bigger house this time. And I decided since I just started back up for Daphne Designs, I'm not actually going to do any of the decorating the house like on this series, but I'll definitely do like a speed build like video for it like when I'm all finished. So if you keep watching Brie, if you keep watching this challenge, then all you're going to see is like the house like change a little bit and stuff like as I decorate it. Also, I looked at a bunch of the houses and I actually decided to pick this one to decorate next, mostly because you guys know I like big open spaces and it's just different than any of the other houses I've done in the past. But I feel like this one's going to take like a lot of my bucks, but I'm super happy that I've like saved up all these bucks for it. And definitely the first thing I need to do is add like a little grinding area where I can do all the stuff. So after I picked this house and I was doing some tasks on my pet, I actually got this trade. This person offered me a snorkel for this neon blue butterfly, and I definitely didn't want to accept that. And then the same person traded me right back again and offered me the same thing, and I just declined. And then next I had somebody offer me a poodle for that neon blue butterfly, and I'm really hoping we can get something better for that neon butterfly, guys. That's the end of day 165. It's day 166 of our inventory transformation. If you remember, I traded my house, and so I'm working on this one, and I'm going to do that in a completely different video, so you're not going to be watching like all the decorating. I feel like for some reason I spent a lot of time like grinding this week, and I think it was because you got like free stuff. You got like the free furniture stuff like in your mailbox the longer you played. So maybe that's why I was grinding so much. I'm not really sure. I mean, because I was also decorating my house, so I was just spending a lot of time on adoptme. And to be honest, I probably should have saved it up because next week is actually the Summerfest, and you know you want to spend like a bunch of time like during the Summerfest like collecting like whatever we're collecting. So it's the first trade of the day, and this person was offering for my neon urchin, and I just didn't want to accept this, so I told them no thank you. This server seems to be okay. There's not like that many people out, so I'm not sure if I'm going to stick around or not. Right now I'm working on these Kai Juniors so I can make a neon, and I always have the best luck trading these neon Kai Juniors. Next, I had this person offer me a dragonfly, and they're just really hard to trade, although so is this neon urchin, but I just didn't want to accept this offer. Not to mention, this person traded me through my trading stand, and then they said please remove some, so I guess like the neon urchin, and then please add more, so they actually just wanted me to offer for this dragonfly, and I'm not looking for those right now. Next, I had this person trade me, and they put in this Ride 2024 birthday butterfly. You guys know I love those, but I think I have a neon right now, and I'm not really sure that I need one, although it is Ride, and so it might be easier to trade, but I guess it just depends like what they want for it. And it looks like they actually want our Highland cow, and guys, we only have a mega Highland cow, and there is no way I'm trading it for this butterfly. And I kind of just wanted to make sure that this person wasn't planning on like adding like a bunch of stuff for this mega Highland cow, and so I just wanted to ask them like, are you sure like it's for the butterfly? Next, I had this person trade me, and then they said like Glormy Dolphin, so I put in my Glormy Dolphin. Guys, I'm not so sure I actually want to trade these Glormy Dolphins away because honestly the neon is super cool. Then they put in this Witch's Caravan. You guys know how I feel about that. And then they put in this minion chick, and there's no way that I'm going to trade this Glormy Dolphin. That's a legendary for these two things. So when I told them no thank you, they did start to add some other stuff that was okay actually. But no matter what the value is of these Glormy Dolphins, I've kind of decided that I actually really like them. So someone would have to at least offer me like a legendary for it. And then I'm off to another party, and hopefully I'll get some inspiration for my house. And this house is very, very dark, so it's kind of hard to like see everything or to see everything as well, I think. And I think that's great when you're talking about like a spooky mansion or something like that, but I don't know about my regular house. I just like to go and like check out the houses, but you guys know that I like really happy places. This definitely just isn't a house that I see myself in. I'd have to do like a lot of changes, and I'm not really sure like what I would offer. So guys, after that party, I was like, oh yeah, I guess I could throw a party at my house, but I haven't really decorated it all that much. And to be honest, on this account, I've never actually thrown a party because I've never had like a big enough house. And I know some of you guys were like, oh, you can buy like the bigger house and then you can throw the party and then you can change the house. So I didn't really decorate decorate this one yet, but I thought, oh, if we could trade it and actually get something like anything really for it, then we would be like doing pretty good. And I wasn't really expecting much, but I was kind of hoping for like more than what we actually got offered. And yes, that is my main account actually in the house for the party, because I've already told you that when I'm grinding on one account, I'm usually grinding on another account as well. And here's the first offer I got for this house. And remember, it's not really all that decorated. I mean, like hardly at all really, just like what came with it. And I changed like just a couple of things. And this person offered me a pet treat. Are you kidding me? I definitely thought I could do better than that. Then I had this person trade me, and I thought that they might be offering for my house since I'm having a party at my house, but no, they were wanting to offer for something else. They put in this Glormy Dolphin and this Nebula Snake. I really like the Nebula Snake, and I've already told you that I kind of like this Glormy Dolphin. But then they said for Fox, so I guess they were talking about my Aurora Fox, and there was no way I was doing that trade. And I think the worst thing about having that party before my house was done was like a bunch of people like actually left me like mid reviews, and I'm pretty sure that's going to pop up the next time I try to have a party. So I had this person trade me, and they put in a bunch of neons, and then they asked me like if I wanted to pick one for this 2024 birthday butterfly, like the neon. And I actually like the birthday butterfly better, so I just told them no thank you. And then they put in these 3 pup tunes. You guys know I'm looking for pup tunes, and the pup tunes are ultra rare, so I definitely would have taken like 3 of them for this neon birthday butterfly. And I thought this person was offering it for the neon birthday butterfly, but I guess they were just looking for offers, and I had already accepted, and then they just declined the trade. Then I had this person ask me if they could offer for my Mega Highland Cow. Then they put in a neon fly ride candy here, and I think those are really cute, and I do like the neons. And they acted like they were going to add more because they were off to a good start. And then they asked me, do you want me to add? And I said something like, well, yeah, because that's only about half the value. And then they said like, oh yeah, maybe. I don't really use values. So then I just said like I use elf bread because I thought, well, maybe they could pull it up and check it. Guys, and then they took out that neon, and they actually put in a peppermint penguin. And I will definitely trade this Mega Highland Cow for a peppermint penguin because I think they're so cute. And I really think that they are so hard to get. And the value was really right on with this peppermint penguin. I mean, like this was like totally a fair trade. So they asked me if I would do this, and I was like, yes, I will. And then we both accepted the first trade window, and then I was so hopeful. I really wanted this peppermint penguin. And then they didn't accept, but then they typed in chat and they said like, can you friend me and I'll think about it. So guys, I did. I sent them a friend request, and then I was like thinking to myself like, in the past, like this has happened to me before, and the person will come back and they'll say something like, oh, I'm quitting, but I really want to have that Mega Highland Cow in my inventory before I leave the game. And then they'll say like, can you trade it to me? And then I'll trade you this peppermint penguin like back for it, or I'll even give you more stuff out of my inventory. And I was kind of worried that that's what was going on here. That's why I definitely don't usually like friend people in the game. I mean, it wasn't like I was going to keep this person as my friend. As soon as the trade was over, I was going to unfriend them. But anyways, I ended up like unfriending them like the next day, and they never came back to the game. They never tried to do the trade again. So yeah, we didn't get that peppermint penguin. Next, I had this person ask me if they could offer for my candy here. And it really wasn't that their offer was bad, because it wasn't a bad offer. I just wasn't interested. I'd rather have the candy here. So I just told them no, thank you. Then I had this person trade me, and they put in the starfish, and I'm pretty sure I have like 2 starfish already. So I was thinking like, okay, I can make a neon. And at this point, I always try to keep like so many pets in my inventory that I can like make neon like at some point, like once I'm done with the one I'm working on. So the starfish is not worth like a bunch or anything like that. It's an ultra rare. So I offered them this ultra rare like Merry Mistletoe, and it was a very fair trade. And they accepted. So now we just need 1 more starfish and we can actually make a neon. And the starfishes are actually like really cute. Then I had this person offer me this Glormy Dolphin, which is a legendary for this neon 2024 birthday butterfly. And honestly, guys, I think like later on I'm going to be like, I can't believe I didn't do this trade. But at this point, I feel like the Glormy Dolphins are just like pretty easy to get, and so I just told them no thank you. Then I had this person trade me like from my trading stand for this butterfly, and guys, then they went out to look at my profile, and then they came back to chat and said like, do you have a candy here? And so I put this candy here in that I had. You guys know I think it's really cute. And guys, then they added this ride unicorn, and I will definitely take this unicorn for this candy here. And I'm so glad that I was like really patient for this person and just waited around for them, because we actually just got a unicorn for this candy here. Okay, then I had this person trade me, and they said hi, and I said hi back, and then they said, I'm kind of poor, but can I offer for your neon cappy and your neon mammoth? And I mean, I definitely understand like you see pets that you really want and you want to offer for them, but when you're poor, you should definitely try to like I don't know, build up your inventory before you're actually offering for pets that you want, or I guess for higher value ones. But at the same time, I mean, who can blame them for just trying? You guys know I do that all the time. And if this neon cappy wasn't worth like so much, it's actually worth a 5.5 on elf bread. I don't know. I mean, their offer wasn't like horrible. I mean, it wasn't very good like with values wise, but technically their pets aren't bad pets. But in the end, I just told them sorry, no thank you. Then I got another offer for my unfinished house, and they actually put in a bunch of pets, but I think they wanted me to like pick some for the house, and I just wasn't interested. I was hoping to get like a little bit more. And I know you're wondering like, why is my house for trade if it's not finished? Well, I'm not working on it. I'm just grinding, so I just have it for trade. Then I had this person offer me a mahi for my fly golden dragon or ladybug, and I definitely didn't want to accept that. Then I had this person trade me, but then they asked me if I had a dog, and I did have a dog, so I put in the dog, and they offered me this kid goat, so I was like, okay, I mean, they're really looking for one. They must be wanting to make like a neon or a mega or something. Then I had this person offer me this woodpecker for my fly golden ladybug, and again, I just didn't want to accept this. Then I had this person offer for my fly lady or golden ladybug, and they offered this neon fly ride chickatrice, and I don't know why, I just don't think they're very cute. It actually was a very fair offer, but I just wasn't interested. Then I saw this person that had a prismatic butterfly in their trading stand, and you guys know I missed that, and I absolutely love them, so I really wanted to try to offer for one. And you guys also know that it's always really difficult to like offer for like a pet that just comes out because you don't really know like what the value is. I mean, the value websites can kind of tell you, but they're just kind of guessing at this point. So I knew I absolutely love this prismatic butterfly, and I'm not a huge fan of the influencer gibbon. I mean, I know some people probably like really like it. So this was my first offer, this influencer gibbon and this neon urchin, and I just wanted to see if they would accept. I had no idea like if this was a good offer or not. So then this person asked me if I had a different legendary that I could offer. So I went through my inventory trying to like look at my legendaries to see like which one I could offer for this prismatic. And I thought I would just try this golden unicorn and see if they would take that with the neon urchin. And so then I just asked like this, and then they said like, oh, never mind, the other one was fine. So then I switched them out and I put back in that influencer gibbon, and then we both accepted the first trade window. I accepted the second, and then they declined the trade. So we did not get a prismatic butterfly. Then I had this person offer for my unfinished house. They offered me this Persian cat, and I definitely didn't want to accept this. And then they added in the zebra, and I just told them no thank you. Then I had this person, which is actually a different person, offer a Persian cat for this neon urchin, and I just told them no thank you. Then I got this really under offer for my ride albino gorilla. And some of these pets I actually really like, but their value just isn't very high at all. And you guys can't tell because I sped this up, but this person took like forever to add all of this stuff in. Then I had that same person a little bit later trade me and offer just this like orange betta fish for it. And this trade like absolutely made 0 cents. Then I had this person offer me this golden griffin for this golden unicorn, and I would definitely rather have a unicorn than a griffin. Then this is actually a different person, but again, I tried to offer for a prismatic butterfly. And guys, I really wanted the prismatic butterfly. I would love to have 4 of them or even 16 of them. So I offered that gibbon or that influencer gibbon, and then this fly golden ladybug, and then this sunrise duckling or flower duckling. And according to values like right now, I'm a little bit over, but I don't really care because I'm very happy to get this prismatic butterfly. And I just had to pull out that butterfly so I could see it, and it is just beautiful. Then I had this person ask me if they could offer for the pet I had right now, and I actually have my Kai Jr. out. I think I'm working on the last one so I can make a neon, but I think I have another extra one, so if they'll give me a good deal or a good trade, then I will definitely trade it to them. But I've already told you guys that I really like this Kai Jr., so it's going to have to be a cute pet or a lot of other pets that we could trade to try to get another one. And they put in this orangutan, and I'm definitely not going to trade this Kai Jr. for an orangutan. So when I told them I wasn't interested, they actually took out the orangutan, and then they put in this beaver. And I don't know why, guys, but I just like the Kai Jr. better, and I think we could do better, so I just told them no thank you. Then I had this person trade me, and they put in this neon dog. And I'll definitely offer for the neon dog, but I definitely didn't want to like overpay either because we could easily make one if we wanted to. So I put in this toucan, which is actually an ultra rare, and I think that it's like an okay offer for this neon dog. I really think that the toucans are like a pretty cute pet, but again, I'm not really going to go any higher than an ultra rare for this neon dog. So then when I put it in, I waited just a little bit, and then I accepted the trade because they actually didn't say anything. And then they waited a little bit, and then they typed something in chat, so when I went back to check it, they said like 1 sec. And I guess they were just looking at my profile, like to look at my pets. I'm not sure if they really wanted another offer for this neon dog, but I wasn't really sure, and I was willing to do like maybe like another ultra rare, like a different one. But like I said, I didn't really need this neon dog, and I was kind of like, I don't want to wait this long. But at the same time, I always try to be like really patient with people when they're offering or when they're looking at my profile. But when they came back to chat, they asked if they could offer for my neon clover cow. So then I went to switch out the pets, and I put in this neon clover cow, and then they were looking at my profile again. So then they said they also wanted to offer for this neon capybara that we have. And this trade had already taken like so long, and I was thinking, well, this will probably be like a really good offer. But then they just started adding in like all these dragonflies, and I definitely didn't want to trade these neons for dragonflies. So then when I went to go type like no thank you, they started adding in some neons. They added in like a neon ocelot and a neon kid goat, and then they added in like a mega cat. But all I was thinking is that I could easily make all of those neons and even that mega cat if I really wanted to. So I just told them sorry, no thank you. That's the end of day 167. It's day 168 of our inventory transformation. As soon as I logged in and went to the center of town, I had this person trade me. They asked me if I wanted to play pick a door, and then they said they had proofs in their profile. And guys, proofs can be made up. They're not proof at all, really. And I'm sure that this happens to you guys all the time too. It's either this or it's spin the wheel or something like that. And it is just pretty much always a scam. So I definitely told that person no thank you, and then I went to set up my trading stand. And then I set up my cotton candy stand because any bucks helps. And if you guys look, I'm actually at 102 bucks so far, but I know I'm gonna need to use some of that to like decorate my house. Then I was able to claim some free bucks off the task board, and then I kind of looked around and it wasn't the best server. I had this person offer for my golden unicorn, and although these are kind of hard to trade, I like it and it's a legendary, and I just didn't want to accept this offer. I'm sure some of you guys would have accepted it just because it was a ride pet, but I just didn't want to. And I really feel like as I'm getting into this series, like I used to get like really stressed out about you guys like judging my trades. But the truth of it is I have to trade for me. So I have to trade for the pets that I like. So you wouldn't always do the trades that I would do, and I'm probably the same for your trades. But definitely just keep that in mind, like while you're watching, that this is all about like the inventory that I want to end up with. I had this person trade me, and they asked me if they could offer for my Mega Highland Cow. You guys know I love this thing, but their offer was so good. The first thing they did was put in this neon brown bear, and I would love to have that brown bear. And then they added in a fly ride pig. I love the pigs too. They asked me what I used like for values, and I said elf bread. They said they used elf bread too. Then I accepted the trade. I hadn't yet put it into like the trading or the value website. And then they said, I'm actually over right now, and I have some other stuff that you're looking for. And then they added in a lovebird and a sweetheart rat. You guys know I'm trying to look for those because I'm going to make a mega of both of them. And then I went out to find like something else that I could add to the trade for them. But then I had no idea like what kind of pets that they like. So I kind of went to go ask them like, hey, what else would you like me to add? And I guess they declined the trade because it went away, and I was super disappointed about that. But I do really love this Mega Highland Cow, so it's not that big of a deal. But I actually do trade this Mega Highland Cow like later on in this episode, and I can't wait for you guys to see what I'm going to get for it. And then also, if you guys remember, I actually turned on my party invites again, and guys, today in today's episode, like later on, I actually toured, and I think it's probably my favorite like house that I've toured so far on adoptme. I mean, like in this series. And I definitely know that I want to try to build a house like very similar to it like later on or at some point. Then I had this person trade me, and they offered me this dragonfly for this golden unicorn, but I definitely didn't want to accept that. Then when I was hanging out in the center of town, I'm like, you know what? This server actually has turned out to be a pretty good server. There's like a lot of people on it actually. Then I had this person trade me, and they asked me what I wanted for my golden rat. I think the golden rat is like super cool. I would love to have a mega or even a neon, but I will definitely trade it if we get a good offer. So I went out to check out their profile to see if there were any pets that I wanted, especially like a legendary that they could trade me for this golden rat. They have some good pets, but not necessarily like the ones that I'm looking for. But I will tell you guys that I just absolutely love the chameleon. I don't know why, but I just love that pet. And it's a little bit under for this golden rat. So you guys know I'm looking for the lovebirds and the sweetheart rats and pets like that. So I just thought if they had some of those that they could add with it, like I will definitely trade it. So I went back to the chat and I asked them if they had any lovebirds, any puppies, Neptunes or any sweetheart rats. And then I told them that I would like trade for the chameleon, but they would need to add because it was a little bit under. They said they didn't have any of those pets, but they kind of seemed like they were going to put in the chameleon and maybe try to add with it. And then I also asked them if I could offer for the fennec fox because I think I have 3 of them. I need one more so I can make a neon. Because if you remember, one of those fennec foxes that we have is actually a ride, so we'll have like a ride neon if we can find another one to make them neon. So then they did add that fennec fox, so I wasn't sure like are they wanting to trade for the chameleon or not, so I just asked them if they saw anything that they wanted for this fennec fox. Then they went to check out my profile. They took a really long time and then they said, I don't know what this fennec fox is worth, and I'm like, it's not really worth much, it's just worth like another uncommon. So then they had asked me how many of these baconacos I had. I said I had 5, and they said, how many would you offer for the fox? And so I just was like 1 or 2 maybe, because I feel like they're really easy to come by. And then I actually added all of them in, and then I added some other pets because I asked them if they would actually like add the neon cat, and then they were like, oh, I really don't want to trade that. So I'm like, okay. So then I took out all the pets except for those 2 baconacos, and then they asked me if I would add a kid goat. And guys, I do not recommend this. This was like a super overpay for this fennec fox. But really, I was like, this just keeps me from having to look, and I have a ton of like extra pets right now, so I just did it because like maybe they need them, I don't know. But we did end up with a fennec fox, which is what we wanted. Then I had this person offer me this ultra rare Toxic Kai Jr., but I don't want to accept that for this legendary golden unicorn. Then I had this person, or I saw this person that had this fly ride cow in their trading stand, and I really want a cow, guys. And I really don't know what you guys are going to think about like what I offered for them or what I tried to trade them for it. But I just absolutely love the cow, and I would like to have the cow more than I would like to have like a lot of these pets. This was my first offer. You guys know I made this mega hamster just for this reason, so I could trade it for something big. I love this unicorn, but we can always get another one. This neon elastomosaurus is really cool, but it's really not worth that much. And you guys know I have had the hardest time trying to trade this neon frozen penguin, so I will definitely add it in if it adds to the value if they look it up. So this was actually my first offer, and then they came to chat and they said, would you change the hamster, like the mega hamster, for the mega Highland cow that you have? Me personally, I like the mega Highland cow like so much more than I like the mega hamster, mainly because I know I can make a mega hamster like really easy, and the Highland cows are kind of hard to come by, or harder, I guess. And I think this is crazy and I don't really understand why, but actually the mega Highland cow is lower in value than the mega hamster, so I was like, I guess I'll switch them out. And again, I think I could always make a mega Highland cow if I really wanted to, and so I was okay with doing this trade. And really, if I put this into values, I'm actually under for this cow, which is crazy because I'm like, are they really going to accept this? I mean, just like the cows can get overpays, I feel like this mega Highland cow could have got me like a really big overpay, but I was willing to trade it for this cow. So are they going to go through with it? And guys, they went through with it. I actually just got a fly ride cow. I am so excited about that. And of course I had to pull him out so I could just like walk around with him so I could see him. He is so cute. And I have some really awesome pets on my main account, but I've never had a cow. I don't know why, but I just have never had a cow. So this is actually my first cow ever in Adopt Me. I haven't even been playing on this account for like even like half a year, not even like 6 months. And I can't believe my inventory so far. And definitely at the end of this episode, I'm going to show you guys my inventory. We just got this fly ride cow and I am so happy. Next, I had this person offer for my, like one of my gibbons. Is it the villain gibbon? And I just didn't want to accept that offer. I'm finally ready to make this Kai Jr. and neon. I usually have the best luck trading these, so hopefully we'll get something good for it. Making the neon Kai Juniors like neon or aging them up takes like not that much time, and it is definitely worth it. They're so cute. And after I do any trades or after I make any neons or megas, I definitely want to add them to my profile. And if you guys notice, I did not put that cow in my profile because I do not want to trade it away. Next, I had this person offer for my neon urchin. They put in this ash zebra. I love those, but I'm not sure that it's worth the neon urchin. But it didn't really matter because they declined before I could even say anything or just really anything. And after I finished those Kai Juniors, I'm actually working on my fennec foxes now. Then I had this person trade me and they said, can I offer for a lot of your stuff? They wanted to offer for the Royal Palace Spaniel. I really think that one's like really cute. And the bush elephant. You know, I don't really want to trade it, but I will for a good offer. And then they also wanted to offer for the Castle Hermit Crab. And these are all pets that I really like, so this is going to have to be a pretty good offer. And then I told them that I like cute pets. I feel like I tell that to people like all the time when they ask asked me like what kind of pets I like. And I think all of these pets are cute. So like I said, it's going to have to be a good offer. But then when I looked at their profile, I'm like, I don't even know if they have any pets that I would be willing to trade for these things. I mean, there's a couple of them that are cute, but that bush elephant is actually worth a lot. And I thought they were going to start adding in some pets, but they were just looking at my profile, and I think that they were just like waiting for me to tell them exactly what to add for these pets. And anyways, there was so much back and forth with this person, and I asked them if they use values. They said no. I told them what the bush elephant was worth, and I told them it was worth like 3 times their lamb that they had. And then they were like, I wouldn't even trade the lamb because I love it so much. It's my dream pet. And I was like, yeah, I don't think this trade is going to happen. And it has already taken up like so much of my time. And I already had told them that I liked this lovebird. So then they asked like, would I do any of these for the lovebird? And honestly, guys, I know I could get that lovebird for like a lot less. The value of it's not that high. And there's some people that don't like it at all. So they're willing to trade it for like next to nothing. So really just a lot of wasted time for no trade. Then I had this person trade me and asked me what I wanted for the fossa. It's a ride fossa. I'm not really sure what I want for it. I mean, obviously you guys know I like cute pets, so that's what I said. The fossa isn't really worth that much, but it is ride, and I could get 3 more and actually make a neon and have a ride neon. So then they told me like, you can check my profile. So I went out to check their profile. I know this isn't worth like that much, so I thought like, well, I really like the Royal Palestino. I already have one, so maybe I could get a couple more and make a neon possibly. But then when I said like Royal Palestino like question mark, they said like, I don't know. And so then they said ride potion question mark, and I'm like, yeah, I'll definitely take a ride potion for this. And I'm actually so surprised that we got a ride potion for this ride fossa, guys. But they accepted, and so now we have another ride potion. Next, I had this person ask me if they could offer for my neon ride Black Panther and my neon blue butterfly. I love this Black Panther. I don't know why, but I just do. And it is worth a lot, guys. It's worth a 6 on Elf Bread. So I hope their offer is like really good. So the first thing that they added in was this mega ermine. You guys know that people just love the ermine, but an actual ermine is not worth that much. And so I definitely put this in the value website, and this mega ermine is worth about half as much as this neon ride Black Panther. So then they put in like a neon ermine too, but then they took it out, and then they added this blue ringed octopus. I really love this blue ringed octopus. I have a mega on my main account. It's one of my favorite pets, but again, it's not worth that much. So this was just like a really under offer. So I pretty much told them like, sorry, but that was like a really low offer. And I know some of you guys are like, but it was a mega for a neon, but it's really pretty easy to get 16 ermines if you really wanted to, and you could trade for them with like really like low tier pets. But people are really not wanting to trade those Black Panthers, and they're worth like quite a bit. And did you guys remember that I actually got a cow today? I'm just so excited about that. So I have a fennec fox out that I'm aging up, and I actually had this person trade me, and they asked me if I was making a neon, and I said yes. And then I guess they had like a full grown like fennec fox that they were willing to trade me for something, but I don't know why, but I already have 3 aged up fennec foxes. So all I have to do is age up this last one that we just traded for. And I think it's already aged up to like post-teen or something like that, so we don't have that many tasks. So that's really just what I told them, like, sorry, I already have it and it's almost fully aged up. But this should be like a reminder to you that you can put in chat like looking for full grown like whatever pet it is that you're trying to make neon or mega, just to make it easier for you. But really, I think that was so kind of this person to even like notice and even think about like offering this. I had this person trade me and they said like hi again, and now when I go back and I look at like my past trades, I'm like, okay, they're the person that offered us that ride potion for that ride fossa. And remember on my profile it actually says that I'm looking for pup tunes, so they put in all these pup tunes and then asked me if I had an offer for them. So then I just kind of said like, hey, can you go to my last page and see if there's any pets that you want for them, like that I had showed that I was like trading for the pup tunes. And then they did go look at my profile, but then they just kind of came back and were like, can you just offer for them? So I'm like, I don't know. I mean, they have 4 pup tunes as opposed to just like trading like 1. So it would be really nice to get all 4 of these pup tunes like out of the way so we don't have to keep looking for them. I'll have to check, but I can't remember like how many more we need to be able to make our mega, but I know it's not that many, but I'm not sure. Maybe we need 4 more. I'm not sure. So I did go look at their profile, but then I was like, I mean, I don't know what to offer, you know? know, like these pup tunes aren't worth like that much, but they are pretty good, like ultra rares. And obviously I want them. So then I was just like, well, did you see any of my like low tier like neons that you might want for one or want for them? And when I looked at their profile, I'm like, I don't know. I don't really see any pets that I have because they want like really like good pets. Like, I don't know if I have any of these pets that they might want for it. So then I just thought like, okay, I'm just going to add in like all those low tier neons and see if they like any of them. So I have the 2024 birthday butterfly in neon. I have the neon blue butterfly that just came out. I have that neon urchin. I have the neon Dracula fish. And then I really didn't want to add this one in. But then when I went back and I looked at values, it was actually like right on or actually like kind of under for these like pup tunes since there were 4 of them. But I added in that neon clover cow that I made. And it's not that big of a deal because I think I have like 9 more clover cows so I can make like 2 more neons if I wanted to. And this is really interesting, but if you guys actually watch, there's no one watching this trade, so I don't really understand like how this happened. Well, I'll come back to explaining that. But anyways, I added in all these like low tier neons and then they kind of thought about it like, I'm not sure. And then eventually this person just said like, I'll pass. And I was kind of disappointed because I'm like, this was 4 pup tunes that we could have got, so we didn't have to look anymore, or we didn't have to do all those trades to just get like single pup tunes like later on. Okay, so if you look, I'm actually in the school right now doing this trade, and I think like it's turned to like nighttime and there's no one watching this trade, but as soon as this trade was over, like I got out of this trade, someone traded me like right after that. It's a totally different person and they had to have been like standing like very close to us to actually do this trade. And then as soon as I accepted, they started putting in a bunch of pup tunes also, like just like the last trade. And after they got done putting in those 4 pup tunes, they actually said 4 neon clover cow. And I'm like, oh my gosh, this was so easy. But how did this trade actually happen? And as much as I didn't want to trade that neon clover cow, mainly because I would love to have a mega at some point, but I just keep on making these neons and then trading them away. But I think I would much rather have like a mega pup tune over the mega clover cow. So I'll definitely do this trade with them. And these are the easiest trades to do because both of us have already decided that we're willing to do the trade. So as soon as that trade's over, I go out to my inventory so I can check and see how many pup tunes we have. And guys, that was the last 4 pup tunes that we need to be able to make this mega. We now have 16 pup tunes. That's awesome. And I know I've showed you guys my inventory like so far like a couple of times, or I try to do it every video now, but let's really talk about this inventory for a little bit. There are definitely pets I do not want to trade away at this point, and one of those is the candy floss chick, and I'm not really sure if I actually want to trade away that Aussie egg. I also have 2 of these Cupid dragons, which I love, and I would love to have a neon, and someone pointed out in another video like in the comments, and they were actually talking about the pig, but they're like, don't make a neon pig. They were like, trade 3 pigs for a neon pig if that's what you want. And I hadn't really ever like thought like too much about that, but that was like the best advice someone's given me in a long time. I also really don't want to trade this ghost pirate capuchin monkey because I just know they're really hard to get. But a lot of this stuff I am willing to trade. I'm not really sure about those butterflies that just came out. I'm not sure if I want to trade them or not because I love them. I'm saving this mega hamster for like a bigger ticket item. I know you guys are gonna think I'm crazy when I say this, but guys, I am not a huge fan of the mini pig and I would be willing to trade it for sure. But I'm nervous about trading it because the mini pig's like value has shot up lately. That thing is worth so much more than I would ever think it's worth, so I'm definitely gonna hold out for like a good offer. I also haven't actually traded that cage crow. I mean, I have 5 of them and I would like to make a neon, and then I kind of just want to, I'm not sure if I want to hold on to it or if I want to trade it. I'm not sure what the value is gonna do like over time. And the same with these moths that just came out. I'm not really sure about that either. I know I want to make a neon, but I'm not sure if I'm going to trade them away because I feel like the value is gonna go up, but we'll just see. I've already told you guys that I want to make a mega pup tune, but am I going to trade it? I don't know if I want to trade that away either. I mean, with like the mega pup tune, I feel like it's going to be a lot like the mega Highland cow. Like I really didn't want to trade it at first, but over time I was like, you know what? I'll trade it if I get like another pet that I like even better. So that is possible with these pup tunes. Although guys, I think the value of these are going to go up and up and up like over time. So I kind of want to hold on to it for a very long time. And looking at this, I'm like, so many of these these pets I could trade away, but I'm not sure anyone wants them, so I really need to get to making neons to at least like hopefully get something better for them. I also really like that snowball pet, and I think it would be so cool to get like a couple more of them so I can make a neon or something like that, and I'm not sure. I don't think I have that pet in my profile right now because I'm just not ready to let go of it, and I feel like my profile is starting to look like pretty disappointing to like other people because there's so many pets I've decided I really don't want to trade that. I really don't want to trade that one. Then we come to the cow and the elephant, and neither one of those are in my profile, so people don't even know that I have them, and I definitely want to keep both of those for sure. And then I have like quite a few of these clover cows so I can make neons. I have this Kappa kid that I've never made a neon that I need to make a neon and trade away. I'm trying to get enough of these lovebirds so I can make a mega, but again, I'm not sure if I want to trade that pet once I make it. It looks like I have 14 of these lovebirds, so I just need 2 more before I can make my mega, and I'm like slowly working on them, like aging them up. Then I have these 2 pigs, and again, I do not want to trade those away. You guys know I'm trying to get enough of these sweetheart rats to be able to make a mega sweetheart rat too. It looks like I need 4 more sweetheart rats so I can make that mega. I have this neon black panther. I don't know if I want to trade that. I have this neon capybara. I thought I would never trade it, but I actually trade it in another episode, guys. I'm working on these fennec foxes. I'm almost done with this last one so I can make a neon. And I've told you guys in another episode I should not have made this mega snorkel. I should have kept it as 4 neon snorkels and tried to trade those away because this mega is really hard to trade. I love this neon warthog, and I would also love to make a mega of that, but I actually trade that away in another episode as well. And then I just have like a lot of these low tier pets that I need or I can use to just trade away, but hopefully I can get some other stuff like other pets so I can try to make some other like low tier neons to be able to trade. Because guys, that's pretty much what I do. I just make neons and megas, try to trade them, and try to improve my inventory. And I would say that after like 169 days, we've actually done amazing. I am really so happy with this inventory. And don't forget, I also have that Aurora fox. I love the Aurora foxes. Can you comment down below and tell me which pet of mine is your favorite so far? That's the end of day 169. It's day 170 of our inventory transformation. As soon as I log in, I teleport to the center of town so I can set up my trading stand and my cotton candy stand, although I think I forgot my cotton candy stand today, but usually I set it up. But I think because my pet had tasks on it, I wanted to head like to finish those tasks, and then I'll come back and I'll probably, or hopefully I'll remember to set up my cotton candy stand. I head to the school and I have my fennec fox out. I think this is the 4th fennec fox that I need to age up before we can make a neon to be able to trade. If you remember, I just put this neon urchin in my trading stand, and almost as soon as we got into the school, we got this trade. I have no idea why, but this neon urchin has actually been really hard to trade. This person offered us a chocolate Labrador to start with, and then they took it out and then they put it back in, and I just told them no thank you. And as soon as I told them no thank you, they put in this poodle, and then they started to add more, but I just really wasn't interested in taking those pets for this already made neon. Then I had this person trade me, and they asked me if I had any good normal legendaries for a neon legendary. They added in this neon ride diamond dragon, which I think is pretty cool, and I mean, it's not my favorite pet, but I like it. So then I kind of just said like, what are you looking for, hoping they would check out my profile, and then I went to look at my inventory to see like what legendaries I could add. Then when I went back to chat, they said good legendaries, they said no potion. So again, I went to check out my legendaries and see what I had that had no potions. I added in this diamond albatross, which is actually worth quite a bit, and then I added in this golden unicorn, which I wouldn't necessarily consider a good legendary. I consider it probably like a mid legendary, and I hadn't put in like this neon ride like diamond dragon into the values website, so I really didn't know how much it was worth, but I do know when I made my neon dodo that it took the value up like a lot. This diamond albatross is worth around a 3, and then this golden unicorn is probably like a 0.75, maybe a 1, I'm not really sure. And I have no idea about this Saru, but I was trying to find like legendaries that I had that were no potion that I actually wanted to trade. And it would have been much easier if this person just would have gone out to my profile and like picked pets that they wanted me to offer for it. But I've really noticed lately that other people are like kind of lazy, and it just doesn't really seem like they do like much of the work. They just kind of let you do all the work and offer for their pets. I mean, with like this trade, I didn't find this person and ask him if I could offer for this, but yet I'm the one doing all the work. I was kind of at a loss, so I was like, I'm put in this villain gibbon, and then I went out to check out their profile just to see like if I could like figure out like what kind of pets they actually like. And then pretty much every section said like only trading for overpay, like seriously? And then when I went back to chat, they actually said, can you add the bush elephant and then take away the last two? So that would leave this diamond albatross, and then the bush elephant's worth a lot too, guys. And yeah, I would be overpaying for their neon legendary, and I really didn't want to do that. But I tried to be kind and I said sorry, but then I would be over, and then they said it would just be a small lose like for you. But the thing is, I don't even really need this neon diamond dragon. It's not something that I really care to have in my inventory. I mean, of course, if we could get it for like a good deal, like I would do it, but no thanks. Okay, I just checked values, and actually this diamond albatross went up to a 4. I can't really understand that because I feel like it's been so hard to trade for me, but I'm not the one running these trading value websites, but I'll tell you what, I wouldn't have the diamond albatross out of 4, guys. So then they asked me if I could change the unicorn and the gibbon. So then I said I don't really have any like no potion like legendaries that are going to add up to the value. I mean, I guess I did have that golden rat. I don't know why I didn't put it in there, but I can tell you there's a lot of pets that I have in my inventory that I just really don't want to trade, especially for something that I really don't necessarily care about all that much. And now looking back on this trade, I kind of think that this person like probably is having a difficult time like trading this diamond dragon for like a really good offer, like to get up to the value, but that's just a guess. So then they said like, what about any like neons? At this point, we're under by a little less than 2, so not quite 2 points or whatever, like in shark values. I did start adding in some like low tier neons just to see if I could make up the value. And then they asked me if I could change the urchin to the warthog, and I really love that warthog. But then I was just kind of like, sorry, no thank you. And I think it was just because I wasn't in love with this neon diamond dragon. And I think maybe I should do a series where I only trade for pets I don't want so that I can easily trade them away. It seemed like when I first logged into the server that it wasn't very busy, but now it seems like there's quite a few people on it, so I definitely think I'm going to stay for a while. I finished aging up that 4th fennec fox, and so now I'm ready to make a neon. Remember, one of my fennec foxes is actually a ride, so we're going to have a ride neon fennec fox to trade, so I'm kind of excited about that. And here it is, and I really think that the fennec foxes are so cute. And here's an updated look at my inventory. If you watched my last video, then no surprises because I showed you my inventory at the last or at the very end of that episode or the last episode. If you remember, we actually got a cow last episode, and we got all the pup tunes we need to be able to make a mega. I got this trade, and this person offered me this neon mouse for this neon urchin. The neon mouses are really hard to trade, so are the neon urchins apparently, but I just would rather have the urchin. Then I had this person trade me, and they put in this fly ride black moon beer, and then they said for capybara, and I'm like, yeah, no thank you. And then they went out and looked at my profile, and they said, what about for your ride potion? And guys, I know this seems like really crazy, but for some reason the ride potions don't equal like a ride pet. And this black moon beer has like a really low value, like 0.06 or something like that. And the fly ride only takes it up to like a 0.56. And a ride potion is actually like a 1 or a 1.1 or somewhere around there. So this black moon beer is only about half the value of a ride potion. Then I had this person offer me this lunar gold tiger for my neon urchin, and I just didn't want that lunar gold tiger because they are very hard to trade. Then I had this person trade me to offer for this neon urchin. They put in this ride red squirrel, and I think those are really cute, and this neon urchin has been really hard to trade, so I'm like, you know what, I think I'm gonna do this trade. But as soon as I accepted the trade, this person actually declined. Then I changed out the pet in my trading stand to this golden unicorn. This person offered me this Grinmore. I really don't care for those, so I told him no thank you. Then I had this person offer me a golden albatross for this golden unicorn, and honestly, this was like a very fair trade, a very fair offer. It's just that I already have a diamond albatross, and they're very hard to trade, and so I can only imagine that this golden albatross is harder to trade than this golden unicorn. Then they said they also had like a golden dragon, and the golden griffin, the golden dragon, and the golden unicorn all come out of the golden egg. And if I would rate them on like hardest to trade or like lowest value, it would be like golden griffin is the lowest, and then the golden dragon, and then the golden unicorn. But the thing is that the golden dragon and the golden unicorn are pretty much like equal in value, really, I think. But it's just my own opinion that I feel like the golden unicorn is easier to trade than the golden dragon. Then I had this person trade me, and they put in the seafoam butterfly. You guys know I'm a sucker for the butterflies. I just love them. And I said, please trade me, or please trade with me. I just got hacked. But then they took out that butterfly and they put in this red panda. I'm not a huge fan of the red panda, so I just told them that. And then they put in the seafoam butterfly again, and then it's just an ultra rare. And I think it's probably just worth like another ultra rare, so I put in this saber tooth just to see if they would like that. And then they accepted the trade, so we got a seafoam butterfly. And I think I already have one, so if we got 2 more, we could actually make a neon. Then this person offered me a moon egg and a ghost chick for this golden unicorn, and I didn't want to accept that. And I really didn't think that I liked the ghost chick, but guys, I saw a mega and it was super cool. Then I got this awesome offer for my unfinished house that I have for trade. And at first, I could not believe this. I was like, seriously, all these megas for this house? I mean, they're not my favorite megas, but we'll definitely take megas. And then they added in this ride potion. I'm like, there is no way. This is awesome. And of course, they were just trolling me. Then I had this person trade me and they put in this pep tune, and I don't know if my profile still says I'm looking for pep tunes or not. And we have the 16 we need to make a mega, but guys, I love these pep tunes. I can make a neon to trade. I could just trade pep tunes. So I put this Tan Chow Chow in, just hoping that they would take this offer, and then they declined. Then I got another offer for my unfinished house. They put in this robot, which I don't want, and this bike, so I just declined the trade. Then I had this person offer me this neon donkey for my neon Kai Jr., and I would definitely rather have the Kai Jr. So right now, I actually have out one of those pep tunes because I'm working on aging those up. I'm not going to make the full mega right now, but I just like to work on them a little bit at a time so it just doesn't take so long later on. So I had this person trade me and they said, do you have a pep tune? And I said, yeah, but I'm making a mega. And then they said, oh, because I had a legendary for it. And even though I have 16 of these pep tunes, I will definitely trade one away if it's a good offer because I know I can get another one and it's not that big of a deal to me. So then I was just like, oh, well, which one? And then they put in this influencer gibbon. I'm like, I will definitely trade this pep tune for that. So I put in my pep tune and I actually didn't think that they were going to go through with this trade. I kind of thought that they were trolling me, but guys, they went through with it and we got an influencer gibbon for this pep tune. So now I'm on the lookout for another pep tune. Then I had this person trade me and they said 4 hamster and capybara. And guys, we have a mega hamster and then we have a neon capybara and then just a regular capybara. So this is probably going to be a really good offer. They put in a fly ride axolotl, which is probably worth a little over a 1, maybe a 1.5 since it's fly ride. I'm not exactly sure. And then they put in this chick, which it's really cute and people really like it, but it's really not worth that much. So I went to chat and I just said, mega hamster ? On Elfbread, this mega hamster is actually worth an 18, so they are so under. But all I said was no thank you. Then I had that same person trade me through my trading stand to offer for this golden unicorn. They put in this chick again, which is just really under for this golden unicorn, even if it is so cute. So I just said, I'm sorry, but the value is really under for this, but I can try to add something else. So then I added this winter doe, which is actually an ultra rare, and I think this chick is common or uncommon or something like that. And it was a very fair offer, but then they came back and said, my pet's just really old and I don't want to accept that for it. Then I had this person offer this frost claw for this golden unicorn. I just don't really like the frost claw. I went out to their profile and I checked it out. So I asked them if they would add the naga dragon for it. And they said no. And then they changed out this frost claw to a peacock, and I will definitely accept a peacock for this golden unicorn. But of course, they declined at the last minute. Then I got a couple more really under offers for this golden unicorn. This person offered me a cracked egg and a zebra, and I'm definitely looking for more. Then this person offered me this ride longhorn cow and a betta fish, but then they took out that longhorn cow and they actually put in the sea angel and then the betta fish, and I definitely don't want to accept this for this golden unicorn. Then this was probably a really bad trade on my part, but I don't know. I mean, it wasn't the worst trade I could have done. They can't all be the most amazing trades, but they put in this chicken, they put in this chicken. I wouldn't mind having those, especially the chicken. And they wanted to offer for my capybara, which I really didn't want to trade, but I have a neon capybara and then I have 2 other regular capybaras, and I had thought at one point that I might make a mega. And I know you guys are gonna think I'm crazy. I like the capybara. I think it's cute, but it's not my favorite, and so I would definitely trade it away. So anyways, in the end, this person actually, I put in the capybara and then they added along with this the amber butterfly, which probably isn't worth anything, and then this winter fawn, and again, it's not really worth that much. And looking back on this trade, I'm I have no idea why I did this, but anyways, I did do it, so we got a chicken and a chick. Then I had this person offer for my golden unicorn. They offered me this beaver and then an ant and a donkey, and you guys know I don't want that for this golden unicorn. then this is absolutely crazy, but this person actually was offering for this minion chick and they offered me these 2 bees and I was like, I will definitely accept that for this minion chick. The minion chick is a legendary, but it's like the least liked pet in the game, maybe possibly. And then these bees are actually ultra rare, so that was a really good trade for us. And after that trade, and any trades really that I do, or anytime I make a neon or a mega, I always update my profile so people always know what I have for trade. And guys, this was a party that was thrown that I accepted the invitation, and this is the house that I was talking about earlier. I actually love it. The only thing that I would probably change, I mean, I would probably add a lot to it, but I would change the colors just slightly. Like, I think all the really dark brown would look better like as a lighter brown, but I was just in love with this house and I love how they set it up and it looks like a little store. It is so cute. They also had some really cute mannequins or some really cute outfits on their mannequins that I just loved, and I bought a bunch of them because you guys know I have a bunch of bucks right now. Walking around this house, I just love how it's like so open and it feels like the outside is like right there. And I'm so surprised, but I do love all of the brown. And I think they had the most mannequins that I've ever seen in a house. There were so many different outfits to choose from and they were really cute. So between all the cute outfits and this house, I was just like in heaven. I was like, this is so cute, and I just loved it. I loved like the whole vibe of it. And at some point, I mean, I know I'm decorating like a different house right now, but at some point I definitely want to try to decorate a house like that looks like really similar to this one. I'm definitely going to change the colors a little bit, but this was just so cool. Can you guys comment down below and tell me what you think? I mean, when I'm looking back on it, it seems like there's a lot of stuff like that's missing and they have a lot left to do, but I love like all the windows. And I think probably just this house. I think I have this house like on my main account, and so I'm definitely going to try to make it. And when I do, of course, I will put out a video. And I did actually run into the person that decorated this house, or whoever's house it belongs to, or I think I ran into him and I told him like, oh my gosh, I love it so much. But I don't think that they actually spoke English, so it was hard to communicate. So I don't know if they know that how much I love their house. And while I was trying to talk to them, I actually got an offer for my house. At first, they offered me a Glormy Dolphin, and then they took that out and they put in this fly camel, and then they started adding in like a bunch of like random toys or something. I was like, yeah, no. Then when I was pretty much finished, I actually got this invitation, so I was like, let's go check out this house too. The next house was like really close, but when I went inside, I'm like, okay, there's like hardly anything here and we could totally do this if we wanted to. So I definitely didn't want to offer for this one. Next, I had this person offer for my neon urchin. They put in this otter, but then when I went to the chat, this person said, can you offer an uncommon pet? Sometimes I think people are just like so desperate to trade because maybe they just don't have very good pets, and sometimes you just want like a change. I don't dislike the otter like at all. It's probably really cute as like a neon or a mega. So I went out to check out my pets to see like what I could offer. I decided to offer them this camel because I don't really care for the camels, just to see if they would take it or not. And they actually said thank you in chat, so I have no idea like what the deal was. Maybe they just really don't like the otter or something. And then we both accepted the trade, so we traded this camel for their otter. And even though that was such a small trade, guys, and we just got an otter, I still update my profile. And the reason is because you never know what other people are looking for. Also, I know I've said this before, but there are a lot of pets that I do not have in my profile. I don't even have listed that I own, like the cow and my pigs and the elephant, because to be honest with you, I don't even want to be tempted to like trade them away. I mean, I would trade them away for like a really good pet. I saw this person, they had this neon fly ride kangaroo in their trading stand, and I'm like, oh my gosh, wouldn't that be so cool to get? And all I'm gonna do is try to offer for it because all they can say is no. I don't have a neon kangaroo on my main account, but I do have a kangaroo and they are just so cute. I love them. And this probably wasn't the best offer, but I offered them this ride Cupid dragon, this mega hamster that I have, this neon snowy mammoth, which I think those are really cute, and then this mega snorkel. People especially don't like the low tier like neons and megas for these really awesome pets, but I thought I would just try. And then I added in this fly ride gold or diamond hamster. And then this is so crazy. When I went to the chat, this person said like, oh my God, are you the real Dewdrop? And if people actually watch my videos, like they actually know who I am, if they call me Dewdrop like in the game, because there's not Dewdrop or anything like in my profile, that's when I know they actually are a fan or they actually have watched my videos. So then they said like good offer, but I'm not looking for those right now. And I really think it has a lot to do with like these lower like megas and neons that I offer. offered. Because I can promise you, if I had a neon kangaroo, there's no way I would trade it for these pets. I don't care what the value said or not. But again, it does not hurt to just offer, just try, guys. I'm sure there are some of you out there like me. I used to be like kind of scared to offer for stuff like this, but then I realized like all they can say is like, no, it's not that big of a deal. And if I wasn't like able to just try and offer for things, I wouldn't have got that cow like last episode. Because again, I figured that they would probably say no, but I just tried to offer and then we actually got the cow. So then I just told this person like, good luck and thank you so much for letting me offer, and also for like not being mean about it. And especially like just for taking the time to actually let me put all the pets in, even if you knew you were going to decline the trade. And it was so nice to meet you. Next, I had this person offer for my neon urchin. They put in this moon pine and then they put in this zeopod. And at the very least, if someone actually added in like 4 pets so I could actually make a neon, I might be more likely to take that, but this one's already a neon and these other pets just aren't worth like hardly anything. And I haven't done this yet, but I definitely should. I think this moon pine would be so cool as a mega. Then I accepted another party invite. Guys, a lot of times when I go to these parties, like the house isn't decorated. Like it actually surprises me like how often the houses are not decorated. And this one's like pretty disappointing because there's nothing in it, hardly. But I tried to go around to like every single room just so I could like check it out and make sure there wasn't like anything in it. But I was like, really? I could buy this house if I wanted to because I have a bunch of bucks. I mean, I guess I don't really know what house this is, so I'm not sure. Is it worth like Robux or is it worth like bucks? But I also kind of look at the really big houses and I'm like, they're going to be really expensive like to decorate. So we're going to need a lot of bucks to decorate them. So I want to make sure it's like a house I really, really, really like. I do like that this one has a pool, but I always think this one's weird how it doesn't have like that much space around the pool. Because I think that would be like one of the most fun things to actually decorate is around the pool. I also have no idea like what to offer for houses. I guess I could have just offered something and this could have been like the next house we decorated. But again, there's almost just too much space for me, like because I know I'm not going to stay in the house and I'm going to try to trade it and I just don't want to spend like that many bucks. That's the end of day 171. It's day 172 of our inventory transformation. I set up my trading stand and I put this neon urchin in, and this is our first offer for this neon urchin. But this person actually traded me and said, do you have a mouse that I can have for free? I usually don't like it when people ask me for like free pets and stuff like that, but I feel like when someone's like pretty specific about what they want and this mouse isn't worth like anything, I feel like, you know what? At least they're actually trying to like grow their inventory and make a neon so they can have this mouse for free. This looks like an okay server. We're going to try it out for just a little bit, but we might have to switch servers. Next, I had this person offer for my neon urchin. They put in this woodpecker, this blue butterfly, and a poodle, and none of these is worth like that much, and this that we already have is already a neon. So yeah, I'm not interested in taking this offer. Then this is that same exact person. They put in the same pets, I guess to see if we had an offer for them. So I just added in like a couple of pets that I wouldn't mind like offering for this, I guess. That poodle is full grown, so we could always make a neon, but I don't really care if this trade goes through or not, but sometimes people just like to trade. Then we got all the way to the end of the trade and this person actually declined at the last minute. Then I had this person offer for my unfinished house and I just didn't want to accept this offer. Then I had this person offer for my house and they offered me this ride ginger cat and I just didn't want to accept that for my house, so I told them no thank you, and then they started adding in like a lot of other pets. They added in this ride moonbeam butterfly, which honestly guys, I might have even thought about trading this house just for that because it's a legendary and I really like that pet. And then they offered this fly ride king bee, and then they put in a trading stand, and then they just kind of kept going with like more and more pets, and I would definitely have accepted this for this house, mostly because I haven't really spent that much time on it, and so we were just out really like the bucks that we used. But I guess they were just trolling me because I didn't want to accept that ride ginger cat for this house. Then I had this person trade me. They put in this mega hop bop and this mega camel. Neither one of those is like my favorite, but I mean, I'll take a mega. Like I'll try to trade for one or try to offer. They didn't really say anything. I started adding in some legendaries that aren't like the best legendaries, but they're okay. But when I was adding in my pets, they declined the trade. And I feel like all I've done is get like pretty crummy trades, and I probably should have just switched servers now, or this is about the time that I just log off because I'm like, yeah, seriously, I can't handle this for too much longer. But I didn't, and then I had that same person that was offering for my house, that ginger cat from earlier, they traded me, and then they just put some pets in. They put in that same ride ginger cat, that fly ride king bee, and then this ride moonbeam butterfly. And then they just asked me if I had an offer. And then I said, like, what are you looking for? And while I was waiting for them to like answer, I put in this golden unicorn, and then I put in this influencer gibbon. Some people really like those. And all they said to what are you looking for was offer, please. And it seems like they really didn't like my offer because they said no thanks and they declined the trade. Then I had this person trade me and they put in this ride lamb, and I would love to have that ride lamb. And then they asked me if I had like a ride pet or something like that. So I decided to put in a ride potion because I was like, I don't really have that many ride pets, and just see if they would take the offer. And then they said that they wanted to offer for my Neon Kai Jr. Then they added in like a couple other pets that I really didn't care about. It really didn't make that much difference to me, but I really did want that ride lamb. And if you put this into elf bread, it's like a pretty fair trade, which is kind of surprising to me because it seems like I'm over, but I'm not. Or if I am, it's just by a little bit. And I feel like this ride lamb is one of those pets that people like really like to offer for. They really like this pet. And it's also like a really good like add-on for like trades that we do, especially for like higher tier pets. Then they said that they were going to go check values, and then they came back and we did the trade. So we got that ride lamb. And then I had this person offer for my golden unicorn, and yeah, no thank you. Then I got another offer for my house. Remember, it's unfinished. They added in this ride Cerberus and then this neon ride Peptune. You guys know I'm trying to make a mega Peptune, and I definitely would have traded it for that. And I was really excited about their offer, and then they kept adding, and I was getting more excited. And then I'm like, there is no way that this person is actually going to do this like trade. They are just trolling me, and I have no idea why. And usually I'll say something to somebody like, oh, you have the best pets, or just something like really nice. But for some reason I didn't say that to this person. I just accepted the trade, and of course they declined. Then I had this person trade me and asked me if I was trading my mini pig. So I put the mini pig into the trade window, and then I went to check out their profile. It looks like they have some really good pets, like really good pets that I would definitely take for this mini pig. So hopefully their offer is awesome. They did add in some cute pets, but honestly, this mini pig is worth so much more than this, and that's exactly what I told them. But I don't think that they wanted to hear it because they just kept adding stuff that wasn't really that valuable. I mean, it was worth something, but not near as much as this mini pig. And then they just kept asking like this question mark, and then they declined the trade. And here's a look at my inventory so far. I'm really trying to show you guys a look at my inventory every time, or every video at least once. And I keep forgetting to show you like the vehicles that I have, but remember I have like 3 or 4 like ride potions, and then I have 2 fly potions as well. Then I had this person trade me, and they asked me what I wanted for that bush elephant. I never really know what to say other than like I just like cute pets, and of course I want something like a fair value at least. So I went out to check out their profile. Their first page had a lot of words, and they have put a lot of effort into this profile, but it does look like they have some cute pets, but I don't really know what to ask for this bush elephant. And I really didn't think I was going to trade this bush elephant. Like, I don't know why, but I just didn't. It's not that it's like my favorite pet. I mean, I do really like it, but they put in this groundhog, and I just think it's so cute. I mean, it's not my favorite either. I mean, I like both of them. And then they added these Peptunes and this lovebird, which honestly, guys, those aren't worth like that much, but this was a very fair offer, like a really good offer for this bush elephant. It was just fair. And I would love for you to comment down below and tell me if you would have done this trade or not, but I was like, you know what? I'm going to accept it. And I think it was probably easier to trade this bush elephant because I have some of these on my main account, and so I'm not sure if I actually have a groundhog on my main account though. But again, I would love to hear from you guys and see if you would have done this trade or not. And after that trade, I just wanted to check and see like how many more lovebirds I need so I can make my mega. And it looks like I just need 1 more lovebird, and I'll have enough so I can make a mega. Next, I had this person trade me and ask me if they could offer for my chicken and my rose petal carriage. And I will definitely trade both of those things away for a good offer. So then I went out to check out their profile, and honestly, they have like a parrot, but other than that, I really didn't see anything that I like really wanted or had to have or anything like that. And I really didn't know like what to ask for. Honestly, there was just nothing that I was like, I really want that. And when I went back to the trade window, they had put the sweetheart rat in, which I do want, but it's not worth like hardly anything. And when they asked me like what I wanted, I'm like, I don't know. And then they put in this neon fennec box, which is way like just, I don't know, not good for this, I guess. And then they added in this ladybug, and I was just like, yeah, this is not a trade I want to do. Then I saw someone that had this fly ride mini pig in their trading stand. You guys know I don't like love the mini pig, but I realized that has like really high value and people really like it, so I wanted to try to offer for it. I offered this diamond fly ride hamster. Then I added a chicken and that ride lamb that we got. Then I offered my neon snowy mammoth. And then I offered that mega snorkel that I have and the neon blue butterfly. And I don't know if the value of this mini pig is just going up and up and up, and maybe the value of some of these other things is going down, but I felt like it was a really good offer. But now when I put it in, I'm like, I was under. But this person wasn't interested in taking this offer anyways, but I just thought I would try, so. Then I had this person trade me and ask me what I wanted for my mini pig. Then they asked like legendaries or neons, and I'm like, yes and yes. I mean, I really don't have something specific in mind that I want for this mini pig. I just want like a good offer, like with cute pets. So they said that they would show me some stuff, and so they started adding in like a bunch of pets. And it wasn't that there was anything wrong with their offer. I just guessed that I wanted like, I don't know, something different. I'm not really sure. I think it's because the mini pig has like a really high demand, like everybody wants it. And I really felt like all the pets that they added in, like none of them has like super high demand. I mean, some of them are really cute. Like I do like the winged horse and the cuddly candle, and eventually they added in like a swan, and I think that's really cute. But this mini pig has such a high value, and I just knew that I could get a better offer. And then when I told them no thank you, they said that they could add like the neon king bee with some of them, so I'm guessing that they weren't even like willing to trade all of these pets. And the king bee is okay, but it's not really one of those pets that I'm like looking for, I guess. So I just told them, sorry, you have great pets, but I'm just looking for something different, or no thank you. Then I had this person trade me, and they asked me if they could offer for my Aurora fox. You guys know I love that Aurora fox, so it's gonna have to be something good. And at first they added in this chameleon. You guys know I love the chameleon, but the value just isn't there to offer for this Aurora fox. I mean, I guess it was an okay start. And then they said, is this okay? They are both legendary. And I just said, I love the chameleon, but the value of the Aurora fox is just a lot higher. And then again, they said they're both legendary. And guys, they are both legendary. And I'm sure that when AdoptMe started, this is exactly how people traded, like legendary for legendary. And it's not really my fault that values have changed and like gone up on some pets and not for others. And I'm guessing that this person is like pretty new if they don't understand that yet. So then they just added in some other pets like the blossom snake. You guys know I like that. And then some snorgels. And I was just like, yeah, this trade is not going to go through. Then I had this person trade me, and they were interested in our diamond hamsters. They asked me if these pets would be okay for them. One is this neon guardian lion, which doesn't have like great value. It's probably like a mid legendary, but guys, I absolutely love this pet. In fact, one of my goals on my main is to get a mega because I just think it's really cool. But it's probably not like a really easy like pet to trade. And also I feel the same way about this dragonfly. It's not a very easy pet to trade, but I would love to have a mega because I think they're pretty cool. But for these diamond unicorns, or I mean these diamond hamsters, I just wasn't interested. So then I just asked them like, what else do you have? So then I went out to check out their profile to see if there were any pets that I really wanted. They do have some cute pets, and they've done some really good trades, like really good trades, like with really good pets. But again, I'm not really sure like how much they want these diamond hamsters and what I should ask for them. And when I went back to the trade, they had actually added in this neon ride rosy maple moth and this neon fly ride koala and a ride potion. But here's the thing, those two pets, like I know it's like 4 rosy maple moths and 4 koala bears. If I really wanted them, I can make them, and they're pretty easy to come by. So I just said like, I do like those pets, but I mean, I don't really know what the demand is on these diamond hamsters. I think they're really cute, and if I don't get an offer for them, I'm definitely going to try to get 2 more and try to make a neon. So at this time, I was definitely not sold on this trade. I was definitely going to keep these diamond hamsters. But guys, everything turned around. But before that, I asked them, do you possibly have a candy floss chick? Oh, I would love to have another candy floss chick. I went out and checked out their profile again, and when I came back, they had added this Sakura spirit and this neon wolverine. fine. So then I asked them about their pig because remember, I'm trying to get another pig. They said, I have a pig. Those are my pets, like on my second page. So I went back to their second page to check it out. And I flipped through everything and I did not see a pig. But I did see a lion cub and a field mouse. And when I went back to the trade, they had added this unicorn, which I really like the unicorns, but guys, I still didn't want to do this trade. So I asked them if they would do the lion cub and the field mouse. And then I said that I would add a ride potion. Then they asked me if I had a change for my ride potion. And then they asked me if I would do my neon warthog. Guys, I think that thing is so cute. But I will definitely trade it because we can always get another one. And I am absolutely so happy with this trade, guys. We got a lion cub and we got a field mouse. And I would love for you guys to comment down below and tell me if you would have done this trade or not. Next, I had this person trade me and they wanted to see if I had an offer for this Ride Fairy Bat Dragon. You guys know I love those. So then I just asked them if they saw anything in my profile that they might want for it. But while I waited, I went ahead and added in some pets. I added in that albino monkey or albino gorilla, I mean the ride one. And all they really said was like, I don't know what you can add, but your pets are all cute. This albino gorilla has like a pretty good value, I guess. And for some reason, this fairy bat dragon, like the value has gone down like a lot. So then I added in like this ride lamb and then I added in that neon snowy mammoth that I made because I think it's really cute. And I don't know, this probably was like not a good offer. I'm not really sure. I mean, values wise, it was fine. Actually, I just looked up that fairy bat dragon and the value of it has shot back up again. Guys, it had gone down and now it has gone up again. So my offer at this point was like under by about like 1.5 or something like that. Or I mean, after I had added that neon snowy mammoth. And in my defense, this person totally could have gone out to my profile and picked the pets that they wanted me to offer for it, but they didn't. And they were like, and then they just declined the trade. Next, I had this person trade me and they asked me if my hamster was for trade. And I know it seems like their offer was like amazing, but they were actually under by quite a bit. And I know it was like their 2 megas to my 1 mega, but seriously guys, they were under by like 6 points on elf bread. And I really, really like their megas. You guys know I love that nebula snake. And then again, I love all the butterflies, but I just told them no thank you. Next, I got this party invitation and I was like, we're gonna go check out this pastel pink house. And this house definitely did not disappoint. It is one of the cutest houses. And it's actually like the tiny home, so it's really small, so it'd be really easy to decorate. And I kind of want to try to decorate a house like almost just like this. Can I take inspiration like that? Like just like I think I want to try to reproduce this house. I love the colors because it's still like pink. You guys know I love pink, but it's still like pretty muted. There's a lot of like gold. I really like gold, or maybe it's just like a really pale brown. I just think they did such a good job decorating this house. I think it's so cute. And it's funny to me because right now I'm decorating this house like on this account and it's kind of like a beach theme, I guess, like more of like an outdoor theme. But this house has me wanting to like switch gears and like do like a totally different house. I don't really have an offer for them because I just want to like decorate houses and trade them. I don't necessarily want to like trade 4 houses, but I'm just loving this. I think they did such a good job. So while I was checking out this house, I actually had this person trade me and they asked me what I wanted for my mini pig and the Aurora fox. So then they asked me like what I wanted for it and I'm like, I don't know. And then they were like, can you go out to my profile and see if you like anything? And I looked all through their profile, like all the pages, and I really didn't see anything that I really wanted for this mini pig especially. I don't know, I mean, they have cute pets, but nothing I'm really like super excited about. So when I went back to the trade, they had actually added in this ride potion, which was like super under. And then I just said like, I really don't see anything. So then they asked if I would do the winter doe for the sweetheart rat, or my winter doe for their sweetheart rat. And yes, I will definitely trade this winter doe for their sweetheart rat. I don't know how many more we need, but yes. So after that trade, I just want to check and see how many more sweetheart rats I need to be able to make my mega, and it looks like I need 3 more. Then I finished aging up another pup tune, so now I'm able to make a neon. And you guys see I have this cold cube out, and that's because from Daphne Designs, Daphne is actually working on the cold cubes, and I actually took her pet to age it up while she was decorating for a little bit. I told you guys that anytime I'm grinding on one of my accounts, I always have at least one other account that I'm grinding on as well. And if I can have both of them like like join a family, then it makes it a lot easier because we get a lot more bucks that way. So this is only going to make the second pup tune or neon pup tune that we have. So we still have 2 more neon pup tunes to make after this before we can make our mega. And the pup tunes are just so cute anyways, and they're so cute as neons, and I can't wait to have a mega one. And right after I got done making that neon pup tune, I actually got this trade from my trading stand. So they offered me this panda for this neon urchin, which is actually a really cute pet, but I'm not sure. I feel like we could get it for something like a lot like less valuable. Not that this neon urchin is like worth a lot, but I just feel like we could get it for like another ultra rare, and we wouldn't have to get rid of this neon if we actually wanted another panda. And then these other pets are just kind of random. And I told them that I like the panda, but I asked them if they could change out the other pets, and they did change them out. But I was just kind of looking for like the panda and maybe like one other like really cute pet, but they didn't really add one. So then I went out to check out their profile just so I could see like maybe there was one that I could tell them like, hey, could you do the panda and this pet or something like that. And then I saw that they had a capybara, so I wanted to ask them like if they would be willing to trade it or what they wanted for it. And then I kind of just went back and forth with this person, like added another neon and they added some other pets, but they never actually added the capybara. They never said like what they wanted for the capybara. They never said that they didn't want to trade the capybara. And then eventually they actually added in the capybara, and I already had 2 neons in there, and they were like, can you add 2 neons? And I'm like, no. And I was like, I'm already over with this offer. And then they were like, 1 neon? And I was like, no. And then eventually they like accepted the trade. So I accepted the trade, but then they declined in the end. Then this is so funny to me. I had this person offer this neon zeopod for this neon urchin. It probably was like a really fair offer, but I just rather have the urchin. So I just told them like, no, thank you. And then they took out this neon zeopod and they put in this unicorn, and I'm like, I'll definitely accept that. So I did. And then they were like, no, thank you. And it's just so funny to me that like some people just have to be the last person to say no. I'm not sure why. And when I say no thank you, like I don't mean to be rude at all. In fact, I feel like it's nicer than just declining the trade like altogether. But then I had this person trade me and ask if they could offer for my ghost pirate capuchin monkey. They added in this fly ride frost fury, which I do really like those. But honestly guys, I absolutely love this ghost pirate capuchin monkey. I don't know why, but I just love it. I mean, value says that this frost fury is less than half of what this ghost pirate capuchin monkey is, and I don't know. I mean, I don't have like a trading website. It's probably like an okay offer. It's not like a really good offer, but in the end I just told them no thank you. Then I had this person trade me and asked me if they could offer for my mega hamster, and they definitely can try. Remember, I made this thing because I wanted to be able to offer for something like really big. And guys, then they put in this mega ride punk pony. And if you follow a bunch of my videos, you know this is one of my favorite pets in the game, like of all time, this punk pony, this mega punk pony. But it is just super under for this mega hamster, and I can always make a mega punk pony if I want to. So again, I told them no thank you. Then I had this person offer me this water moon bear for this neon urchin, and I just didn't want to accept that. Then I had this person offer for my neon urchin, and they offered me all these gibbons, and guys, I just don't really care too much about the gibbons. And that's the end of day 174. It's day 175 of our inventory transformation. Here's a look at my inventory so far. It's actually changed like quite a bit. We got this field mouse, which I'm super excited about. I love that candy floss chick. I have that Aurora fox. We got that groundhog and that lion cub and that mini pig. I finally have enough pup tunes to be able to make that mega. We have a cow, we have an elephant. It looks like I need 1 more lovebird to be able to make that mega. I still have that neon black panther, that neon capybara. I need 3 more sweetheart rats to be able to make that mega. I have 2 cupid dragons and 2 pigs and so many other like great pets. And I have come so far from starting out with just a cat. Right now I'm working on a starfish because I want to make a neon starfish to be able to trade. I think the starfish is like a pretty underrated pet because I think it's so cute, especially when it's neon or mega. I had this person trade me and they asked me what I wanted for that mega snorkel. And I'm really surprised because this mega snorkel actually has like a pretty high value for what I think it should be. And so I started out with asking this person if they used values, and they said no, not really. I told them I like cute pets, and then I went out to their profile to check it out. They have some cute pets, and I don't know how I missed this, but they have this capybara, and I feel like I missed it when I went and looked at their profile when I was actually recording. But anyways, I didn't really see any pets that I really wanted for this mega snorkel, because I would say that I want like legendary pets or like neons or something like that. And then when I went back to chat, they said they hadn't played in a while, but they would add some pets and I could pick. They added these 4 sea angels, which if I wanted these 4 sea angels or a sea angel, I could get one like pretty easy, like with not a lot, and so definitely wouldn't have to use like a mega to get one. And at the very least, I feel like those would be pets that you would add on like at the end of the trade after you added in some like really good stuff, but they pretty much just stopped with these sea angels. And I'm definitely not accepting these 4 sea angels for this mega snorkel. I mean, eventually this person asked me to go through their profile and see if I saw anything that I liked, and I did point out that I liked the capybara, but they didn't really act like they wanted to trade it, and so that was pretty much the end of the trade. Next, I had this person offer for my neon urchin. They offered me this neon show pony. In the end, I ended up telling him no thank you, but after realizing like how difficult this neon urchin was to trade, I probably should have done this trade because I think that the neon show pony might have been a little bit easier to trade. Next, I had this person trade me, and they asked me if I had a red fox, so I went out and checked. I didn't have a red fox, and so that was the end of that trade. Next, I had this person ask if they could offer for my golden rat. I would say that the golden rat is like a good legendary. It's not like the best legendary, but I think it's like pretty well liked. So this person offered me a lovebird, which you guys know I like, and they also offered me a snowy mammoth, but I just really felt like it was an under offer. I think that the lovebirds are pretty easy to come by, and I think those snowy mammoths, we might be able to get more in our lures, and I feel like there are a lot of them out there. This turned into kind of an interesting trade. If you remember, I have a starfish out because I'm actually making like a neon, or I'm working on a neon. So I had this person trade me, and then they put in the starfish, and then I just said like, I'm not looking for those right now. And then they answered by saying, hi, it is the Queen of Darkness or something like that. And I said, yes. And then they said, I will take you to court as you wish, your majesty. And I'm like, what in the world is going on here? I didn't know what was going on, so I just declined the trade. Next, I had this person trade me and asked me if they could offer for my mini pig. Their offer started out really good. They put in this ride turkey, then they put in this ride hyena, and then they put in this ride rat, which is okay. But then they stopped after this neon ride red panda, and I really don't necessarily like those. And anyways, this was about half the value of what this mini pig is, so it was like a super under offer. So I just told them, sorry, no thank you. Next, I had this person trade me, and they asked me if I saw anything in their profile that I would want for my mini pig. So I went out to check out their profile. Well, really, they said anything except for their goat, and I felt like I kept getting distracted by all the stuff that they were actually looking for, thinking it was their pet, and then once I picked something out, I'd be like, oh no, they're actually looking for that pet. And the one pet that I think that they had that I really liked was actually the shark puppy. I really, really want a shark puppy. I think they're so cute. And then they have that goat, but they've already told us they don't want to trade that. And then they had like a neon kiwi, which would be okay. But I really didn't see anything that was going to add up to the value of this mini pig. I mean, that I really, really wanted. And when I went back to chat and I asked for certain pets, like I guess, again, I got confused and I was thinking they're looking for were pets that they maybe had, but they said I don't have any of those except for the shark puppy. So I went out to check out their profile again. And like I said before, I really didn't see anything besides that shark puppy that I really wanted to. So I just told them, sorry, you do have some really cute pets. But I really didn't see anything. And then they said like, oh, I've got these cuties, and they added in a bunch of cute pets, and they're really cute. But I just didn't want to trade this mini pig for them. So then I asked them if they would do a regular pig for their shark puppy, because value says that that would be like a fair, like an equal trade. And then they said no, because they are only trading for things that they are looking for. So then this was a different person, but I actually saw somebody that had a shark puppy in their trading stand. So I was like, well, I'm going to try to offer for it. So then again, I tried to offer this pig, hoping that they would take it because it is a fair trade, but I don't know. Can you guys comment down below and tell me if you would actually trade? Would you rather have a shark puppy or would you rather have a pig? So then this person said like, what for your mini pig? So then I took out this pig and I put in the mini pig, and then I went out to check out their profile. They do have like a lot of cute pets. Obviously they have the shark puppy that I like. I really do like all the sand dollars, and I do like the ice cream hermit crab or whatever it is. I mean, really, they have some cute pets. So then then when I went back to like the chat, they said, let me check values really quick. And I'm thinking, are they wanting me to trade this like mini pig for this shark puppy? Because I don't want to do that. And then they asked me if I could trade them back so they could add like a ride and a fly potion to the shark puppy, I guess. But the truth is that the ride potion and the fly potion are actually worth more to me than they would be if they actually added them to a pet. And again, I'm not interested in just accepting the shark puppy for this mini pig. But then they did add those sand dollars. I do really like those, but guys, I could get them for a lot less than a mini pig. And then they added the ice cream hermit crab, which is so cute. And then they asked me if I would do this trade if they added a ride potion and a fly potion to the shark puppy, and I really didn't want to do that. So then I just said like, oh no, sorry, but would you do the pig for like a regular pig for your shark puppy? And I think people don't realize, but the pig has actually gone up in value like a lot lately. So then they told me to hold on. So I switched out this mini pig for the regular pig, and then they declined the trade. Then I saw a completely different person with the shark puppy, so I thought I'm going to try to offer again for a shark puppy. And I probably should have just tried to offer like a pig again, but instead I tried to change up my offer. I added in this neon pup tune, this ride lamb, and that mega snorkel. And value says I was over by quite a bit, but they just declined the trade. Next, I had this person trade me, and they asked me if they could offer for my neon panther or my neon black panther. I really love this neon black panther like a lot. So they added in an offer. They added in a fly ride robo dog. Then they added in like a neon ride wolf, and then they added in a dodo. Remember when we were looking for those dodos, it was like nobody had them. And I don't even know what value says, but I just didn't want to accept that for this neon ride black panther. Okay, well, I just put it into values for you guys just so we would know, and the neon ride black panther is worth a 6, and their offer was like a 3.8, so really under. Next, I had this person trade me, and they asked me if they could offer for my neon urchin. So at first they added in these 4 urchins, which I really don't want to make another one because this one was so hard to trade. And then they added in like 4 tawny frogmouse or something like that. So I could make a neon one of those. So I could actually make 2 neons. So it wasn't like a bad offer, but I just really wasn't interested in making these pets neon. Next, I had this person give me a pretty crummy offer for my influencer gibbon, and I just wasn't interested in taking this offer. Then I had this person offer me 2 minion chicks for my mega snorkel and another no thank you from me. Then I had this person offer me a neon ant, which I think they're pretty cute, but I think that the snorkels are even cuter. I think probably the neon ant is probably just as hard to trade as this neon snorkel, if not harder, so I just told them no thank you. Next, I had this person ask me if they could offer for my ghost pirate capuchin monkey. Right now, Elfbread says that ghost pirate capuchin monkey, because its ride is worth a 12.75. They added in a ride guardian lion, which I'm not even sure if that's worth a 1, and then they added in these bobble buddies, so just a really under offer. Then when I said no thank you, they actually took those out and they put in this rainbow dragon. I think those are super cool, but the value's just not there for this ghost pirate capuchin monkey. Next, I had this person offer me this RGB monster truck for this ride albino gorilla. You guys know I don't like to really trade for vehicles, and I really don't think that this is fair. I don't know what that monster truck is worth. I do know that I have at least one on my main account, and I'm just not really interested in getting another one, so I just told them no thank you. Then this person like keeps trading me, and they keep offering me that minion chick, which I don't want, and this was just like a super under offer for this albino gorilla. Next, I had this person. They offered me the snowy mammoth and this albino bat and this amber butterfly for this ride albino gorilla, and I just didn't want to accept this. Then I had this person trade me, and they wanted to offer for my neon black panther. They put in this neon ride gargoyle, which I think those are really cool. I'm pretty sure I have one of those on my main account, but it's not like my favorite pet. Then they added in this lunar moon bear, which has like not very good value. And yeah, I just love this black panther, and there was just no way that I was going to trade that neon black panther for this. And I'm sure some of you guys would have done this because this was like a totally fair. If not, they were like a little bit over for this black panther, but I just would rather have the black panther. So I told him no thank you. And again, guys, it's not always all about values. Sometimes it's about what pets you actually want. And remember how I'm always saying like wait for the good trades? I had this person offer me a ride golden hamster for this neon urchin. I will definitely accept that. Their offer is over, and I would much rather have this legendary golden hamster than I would this neon urchin. And especially at the end of this trade, I thought that they were going to decline. I just didn't think that they were going to confirm, but guys, they actually confirmed loved it, and we got this Ride golden hamster. And here's another example of why you need to have every single pet that you have like in your profile. This person traded me and asked if they could offer for a hot bop. And then I said I have 2 hot bops. They put in this Abidjan cat, which is a rare, and these hot bops are like commons or something like that. And then they put in this ocelot. I mean, this wasn't the best trade that I've ever done or anything like that, but this was definitely a step up. Then I had this person offer me a fly ride ox for this neon ride fennec fox, and I just didn't want to accept that. Then I met a fan, and they were so sweet, and then we ended up going to the school and getting a screenie, and it was so nice to meet you. Next, I had this person offer for my neon ride fennec fox, and I really didn't like their offer, so I told them no thank you. Then I got this offer for my fennec fox, and again, I just didn't want to accept this. You guys know that I'm like never looking for vehicles. I'm sure there's some cars out there that I would like, but this is definitely not them. And after all those really crummy offers, guys, this is why I wait for the good trades. This person offered me a ride potion, which I would have traded this neon ride fennec fox for this ride potion, but then they added a neon mouse and a bunny, and I will definitely accept this for this neon fennec fox, but will they? And guys, they did accept, so this was a great trade for us. And I would say this is a pretty good server. It seems like there's quite a few people. I mean, you can really tell by like who hangs out like in the middle of town if they're like actually trading or not. Next, I had this person offer for my house. Remember, it's still unfinished. I don't know, I just haven't finished it yet. I'm sure that I'll finish it like very soon, but it's not finished yet. And so I did have this offer, and they just added in like a bunch of random pets. There weren't any that I absolutely loved and had to have, so I just told them no thank you. Next, I had this person trade me, and they put in this fly ride candy here. I think they're so cute, but I wasn't exactly sure like what to offer, so I just put in this golden unicorn just to see if they would take it. I would say that both of these legendaries are just like good or mid legendaries, but theirs is fly ride, so maybe we could have offered like a little bit more, but I just didn't know what. And they could have always gone out to my profile and picked something if they really wanted something different. And at first they kind of acted like they were going to add a different pet, so I figured they were going to take this one out to give us an offer for our golden unicorn, but then they just declined the trade. Then I had this person trade me, and they put in this ancient dragon. I think those are okay legendaries, like I like them fine. Again, I am always so surprised by how many people just trade random people and just put in pets just to see what someone else might offer. I guess it's kind of the whole point of like a trading stand, but I don't know. So again, I just went with this golden unicorn. These are both like very equal in value. And between these two pets, it doesn't really matter to me like which one I have. I think they're both like just as easy to trade as the other one. And they just took like a really long time. I kind of thought they were going to decline, but I went ahead of and accepted, and then they accepted. And are they going to go through with this trade or not? And they did go through with it, so no big deal. We have an ancient dragon now instead of a golden unicorn. But no matter what the trade is, always be sure that you're updating your profile. Sometimes I do feel like I forget, but I usually don't forget for very long. And I also like to go back like every once in a while and kind of like reset every section so I can just make sure that I have everything in there that I have for trade. And I had that golden unicorn in my trading stand, but now I'm going to switch it out, and I'm going to put this ancient dragon in and see if we can get it traded like pretty quickly. Our first offer was this Ride King penguin, which is actually an ultra rare, and I did not want to accept that for this legendary, because even though this pet is ride, it's really not worth that much. I mean, the ride does make it worth like quite a bit more, but only maybe like half the value of this ancient dragon, if that. And this ancient dragon is going to be so much easier to trade than that Ride King penguin. Next, I had this person offer for my ancient dragon, and their offer was not bad. They added in all these pets. I know I've told you before, but usually about 3 ultra rares equals a legendary, like as long as they're like all like mids or whatever. And they actually added in some really cute ultra rare pets, but in the end, I would just rather have the legendary pet. I mean, I do love that Peptune. I do love the pink like betta fish, but I just really wanted to keep the legendary instead of these other pets. And only time will tell. We'll just see like what we end up getting for this ancient dragon. And guys, after I told them no thank you, they just kept adding and adding even more pets. And this was actually like a really tempting offer for me because I liked like so many of the pets that they added. Like I thought they were really cute. And really, if I put this into values, they might have been over for this ancient dragon. But in the end, I just told them sorry, no thank you. And just wow, after we got that like offer, we got this offer, and this person offered me an ant for this ancient dragon. I just almost couldn't believe this. And they kind of acted like they were going to add in some more pets, and then they accepted the trade, and so I just declined. Then I had this person offer who was actually a different person. They offered us this blue butterfly, and again, I couldn't even believe it. They accepted, and I just declined. And I just wanted to point out that I'm at $116,000 right now. Next, I had this person trade me. They put in this Ride Diamond Griffin. It is a legendary, but I'm not a big fan of any of the Griffin pets. And I did offer them this like lowball offer. Like I feel like I added in these 2 bees. Remember what I told you about the legendaries? They're worth about 3 ultra rares. And the bees were fine, but then I added in like this corgi. I think those are like really easy to get. And then I added in that mahi mahi, which I don't really like. But again, I don't really like the griffins either. So this was like an okay offer, except theirs was Ride and a legendary. And in the end, they just told me no thank you. Then I had this person trade me, and they were offering through my house, and they added in this Ride Panda, but then they said that they wanted like the lamb. And once someone trades you like through your house, you can't actually take out your house like to add in a pet or whatever. I mean, you can add pets to it, but you can't take your house out. So I don't really understand like why this person did this. But anyways, in the end, I just told him no thank you because I didn't want to trade that Ride Lamb for this Ride Panda either. Next, I had this person trade me, and it kind of turned into like it was a little bit different trade. First, they asked me if they could trade me, which I thought was kind of like just different. So then I just said K, and then I went out to check out their profile. They only had 1 page on their profile, and it showed that they only really had like 1 pet to trade. They asked me if they could offer for my llama, and I didn't remember having a llama, so I went out to check and I didn't have a llama. So then when I went back to chat, I said like I don't have a llama, and they said like, oh, this cost Robux, and so can I offer for your llama and your ride mini pig? They had added in this mama moose, which does cost Robux, but I don't know about you guys. I mean, I like it just fine, but I don't like love this pet, and I would definitely trade a llama for this mama moose, but not the mini pig. So then I told them like no thank you, and then they said for your lamb, and I just don't even think that this mama moose is worth like a lamb, and I think ours is a ride lamb. Not that it makes like that much of a difference, but I definitely didn't want to do this trade, so I just told them sorry, no thank you. Next, I had this person trade me, and they asked me if they could offer for my mini pig, and this mini pig is definitely turning out to be much like that Mega Highland cow where everyone wanted to offer for it. So they asked me like what I wanted for it, and I really didn't know, and I said I don't know, and then I went out to add this mini pig, and then they went out to check out my profile, and then they asked me if I saw anything in their profile that I would take for this mini pig. And when I went out to look at their profile, I'm like, they do have like a lot of like pretty cool pets, like I guess, but none of them are something that I really want for this mini pig. If I'm going to trade this mini pig, even though it's not my favorite pet, like I want something like really cool for it, especially because it seems to be like a really high demand pet right now. So then they said, or would you want me to do like options? And guys, I just didn't see anything in their profile I really wanted for it, so I just told them no thank you. Then I had this person trade me. They put in a pup tune. You guys know I like the pup tunes. Then they put in like a bunch of like Lormy dolphins, which aren't worth that much, even though I think they're pretty cool or pretty cute. Then they added in this amber butterfly. So I went out to check out their profile, and guess what? They're looking for a mini pig. And all the other pets that they're looking for are also like really high value pets. Then they also ended up adding like a ride potion, and then they said like 4 mini pig. And just to let you guys know like what the values are on it, Elfbred says the ride mini pig is worth like a 14.25, and their offer is like a 2.33, so they are so under. So again, I just told them sorry, no thank you. That's the end of day 177. It's day 178 of our inventory transformation. The Summerfest event has just started, so I wanted to go over and try to buy some of these pets so I can see if I can trade them like right away. You're going to have to excuse my voice because I just got a cold, so my voice is kind of going like in and out. These coconut friends, I just know everyone's gonna love them. So I wanted to try to buy a couple of those and see if people would like trade me something awesome for them. I really like the hammerhead sharks, but guys, they're like really pretty easy to get, and so I feel like anyone that wants them can probably buy them. And I'm not really sure like what I think about these shrimp. I'm not really sure if I like the shrimps or not. But I'm definitely going to buy these coconut friends, and then I'm going to stick it in my trading stand and see what we're going to get offered. But before I was even done like checking out like all the stuff that just came out, I actually got this trade. This person asked if they could offer for my Aurora fox and my mini pig. They asked me if I would take 2 myrmicorns for it, and I just was like, I don't know. When the Robux pets just come out, it's really hard to tell like what the values are, because it seems like everybody wants the pet as soon as it comes out. So the value is like really high, and then it'll go back down again, or maybe it won't because everybody will love it. But I really just don't like to trade for like the newest Robux pet like right when it comes out. And this mini pig has such a high value, like that the value's probably there with the myrmicorn, like as far as like Elfbred says. But again, I never know, and like 2 weeks from now or a month from now, I might be so mad at myself that I actually traded for the myrmicorns. So I just told them no thank you. Okay, here's the first offer I got for this coconut friend. They put in a pup tune, and then that snowy mammoth, and some other like ultra rares. This coconut friend is a legendary, and it takes a lot of doubloons to actually buy it, so I definitely just don't want to take this offer. But you guys know I love those pup tunes, so I asked them if they saw anything in my profile that they wanted for the pup tune, but they declined. Next, I had this person offer me a super Saru, but I really didn't want that. Even though it's a legendary, I still like the coconut friend more. And then they offered me this berry cube, and again, I like it fine, but I don't like it as much as I like this coconut friend. Next, I used one of these keys to open a treasure chest, and I got a Egypt potion, which is awesome. And I finally got a really good offer for this coconut friend. This person offered me an ice cream hermit crab, and they are so cute. So I definitely wanted to accept this offer. Next, I had this person trade me, and they just put in this ride potion, which if you guys remember, I have like 4 or 5 ride potions already. So I definitely didn't need one, but I put in this neon mouse, and then they put in a neon mouse just to show me that they had one. So I took it out, and I also had this neon blue butterfly in there. And then I put in this neon Dracula fish, and they declined the trade. Then I bought another coconut friend because one of the coconut friends I'm trying to age up, because I thought, well, maybe I could try to make a neon. And then I put it in my trading stand again. Then I had this person offer, they put in this Mega Ratatasker. I was like, I definitely think I will trade it for this Mega Ratatasker. And then they put in this Mega Cat. I'm like, I'm definitely going to accept this. And then they like acted like they were still going to add more. And I'm like, oh my gosh, what else are they going to add? So then they added in this octopus, and I'm like, I am definitely accepting this. At first, I kind of thought that they might say like, do you want to pick one or something like that, but I just accepted and just was like waiting. And then they never said anything, and guys, then they accepted the first trade window, and I'm like, there is no way they're actually going to trade me this for this coconut friend. And I was so excited because they actually went through with this trade. Then I really wondered if someone else would actually take like one of those megas for their coconut friend, and then I could turn around and trade that coconut friend and see what we could get for it. So I saw this person with a coconut friend in their trading stand, so I tried to offer for it. I put in this Mega Cat, but they didn't even say anything, and they just declined the trade. Next, I had this person offer me this parakeet for this neon mouse, and I definitely didn't want to accept that. Then I decided it had been a really long time since I tried to open any of these moon eggs or hatch any eggs. Plus, I had the task on my task board. One of them was like to hatch an egg, and the other one was like I needed to hatch 2 more eggs because it was like hatch 3 eggs, but I guess I had already hatched one. So I thought I would just try to get those tasks out of the way so I could get the bucks. I was really hoping to hatch at least a legendary or maybe like a pup tune or something, but I got this Starmite. But I'm gonna pull out another moon egg and try again. And this is just a friendly reminder to check your task board and see if there are any tasks, like especially the easy tasks that you can do to get some free bucks. And I hatched a Zeopod. Well, I guess at least I can claim some bucks, and while I was claiming them, I actually got this trade. I had changed out the pet in my trading stand to this albino gorilla. Really, I don't love this pet, and you guys know I traded this, and like I think I got a diamond hamster for my other house. So I just wanted to see like what kind of offers we could get for it, and this person offered us a ride bunny, and it's so cute, but definitely not worth the value of this albino gorilla. Next, I saw this person and they had a hare, and I think they are so cute. I would love to have a hare, so I tried to offer for it. I put in this albino gorilla. I didn't think that they would accept it, and they told me like no, they didn't like that pet. So then I tried putting in my diamond albatross. Both of these pets have been like really hard to trade. I'm positive that the hare is not hard to trade. It's like a high demand in-demand pet, but you just never know unless you try. Then I also tried adding this influencer gibbon with it. Like, I don't love that pet either, but I'm sure that there are some people that really like it. And this person was so nice about it, and they said, I'm looking for exotics or neons for it. Next, I'm ready to make this neon starfish. I actually think that the neon starfish is like really cute and as a mega, but I'm not sure that there's like that many people like looking for it. I absolutely love how it rolls everywhere. I think it's so cool. And really, I just made it so I could trade it away, so hopefully we get something good for it. Then I had my mega cat in my trading stand, and I had this person trade me and offer me this fly ride black chow chow, so I was definitely going to accept it. But when I accepted it, they said like hold up, and then they ended up declining the trade. And after I finished like aging up that last starfish to be able to make a neon, I realized I only needed to age up one more of my lovebirds before I could make another neon lovebird. So that's exactly what I worked on. So I'm ready to make another neon lovebird. You know I'm working on a mega, and I'm probably gonna just like hold on to it or keep it for myself, but we'll see. But we're very close. Or I guess we're getting closer because I still have a lot more aging to be able to do. And here's a look at my inventory so far, just so you can see all the pets that I have like right now for this video. And guys, we are so close to being like halfway through this year. This is actually the last video before I make like the 6-month video, so then I have like 6 more months to go, but we're like right there. And it looks like this was actually my 3rd like neon lovebird, so I just need to make like one more lovebird neon and then work on aging up those neon lovebirds before I can make my mega. And especially like these megas that I'm just making to like probably like hold on to, I just kind of want to work on them a little bit at a time, because I always want to have like other neons that I'm like willing to trade like in my inventory, so I might have to just like stop working on the ones that I want to keep and then work on the ones that I actually want to trade. Next, I had this person trade me, and they said I'm trading moon eggs for pets, and I don't really need any moon eggs. I think I have like quite a few moon eggs actually in my inventory, so I just told them no thank you. Then I had this person offer me 4 firefighter gibbons for this neon snowy mammoth, and I already have a bunch of firefighter gibbons, so I definitely don't need that. So then they took those out and they actually put in like the toxic Kai juniors, and again, I would much rather have the neon snowy mammoth, and it's already made into a neon than I would these toxic Kai juniors. Next, I had this person trade me, and they asked me if I was the real one, and I was like, yes. And then they said they loved my videos, which was so sweet, and it was so nice to meet you. And then they actually put in like 2 lovebirds because I said that I'm looking for lovebirds. But at this point, I really just needed one more lovebird before I had enough to be able to make my mega. So then I asked them if they wanted to go out and check out my like profile and pick out a pet they wanted for it. So they picked out a tan chow chow. So thank you so much for trading me this last lovebird that I need before I can make my mega, and thank you so much for watching my videos. So after that trade, I just want to check one more time and make sure that I have all the lovebirds I need. I have 3 neon lovebirds, and I have now 4 lovebirds that I can make that last neon. Next, I had this person offering for my neon starfish that I had in my trading stand. They asked me what I wanted for it. I just said that I like cute pets, and then I went out to check out their profile. They have some really good legendaries, which is really what I'm hoping to get for this neon starfish. I really didn't know like what they would be willing to trade for it, so I just said like I like your diamond unicorn, I like your Glormy Leo, and I just like pets like that. I mean, I definitely didn't have to have like one of those 2, and I had told them that I like cute pets. But the first pet that they put in was like this Dracula parrot. I definitely don't want to accept that Dracula parrot for this. We could get a Dracula parrot for so much less than this neon ultra rare. So then I just said like, sorry, I don't like those. And then they added in like a neon mouse and another starfish, and I'm like, yeah, sorry, no thank you. And then this was kind of an interesting trade. This person was offering for my neon starfish, and they started adding in all these stickers. You guys know that I don't really collect the stickers, but I kind of would like to have some stickers. Like, I think it would just be like fun to do that, maybe for a trading challenge or something like that. So I just decided to take out this neon starfish and add some of the stickers that I have that I don't really care about too much. And so no big deal, but we did trade some stickers for some of their stickers, so we got some new ones. Then they actually had that same person trade me again and put in different stickers, and again I was like, well, I don't really have any like different stickers. I don't really have a lot of stickers on this account, but the stickers that they were putting in, like some of them were were like really cute, and so I just put in like some gifts. And I'll just tell you that the gifts don't really mean anything to me because I have so many on all of my different accounts that it's just not a big deal for me to trade away some gifts. And I guess they were happy with the gifts, so we traded for even more stickers. And then remember how I was trying to get like more coconut friends so I could try to trade them for really good trades? So I traded this person that had one in their trading stand. I put in this mega cat and then this neon mouse because it's really hard to trade, and then I accepted the trade, and then this person asked me if I would trade my Aurora Fox for this coconut friend. And that is just not happening. I love the Aurora Fox and I can get like more coconut friends, but it's pretty difficult, I feel like, to get more Aurora Foxes. Not to mention that the Aurora Fox was like a Robux pet and this coconut friend is not. We just need to play more games so we can get more. Then I absolutely love the prismatic butterfly, so I would love to try to trade for some more. So I saw this person that had a prismatic, so I just asked him if I could offer for it, and then I put in this mega cat, because you never know. And yes, you could look up the value of this prismatic butterfly, but it just came out. And guys, values change so much on the pets that just come out that it's really hard to tell if it's correct or not. But then this person asked me if I could like offer them something different than this mega cat. So I tried putting in my neon blue butterfly, and then a neon mouse, and then a neon like 2024 birthday butterfly. But in the end, this person just told me, sorry, no thank you. Next, I had this person offer me these 2 vehicles for my house, and you guys know I was definitely not going to accept that. Then I got another offer for my house, and this person offered me the Princess Capuchin Monkey, which guys, I don't really like that pet. I don't know why. And then they added in a sloth, and I just didn't want to take this for my house, so I told them no thank you. Then I had this person trade me, and they told me that they had a good offer for my mini pig, and it was their house. And then also this fly ride frog, and then like the, I don't know, it's one of the backpacks. And I know I'm always trying to trade houses, but guys, I'm not really interested in trading for houses, if that makes any sense, especially on this account, because on this account, I'm just trying to get the best pets that I can. So I just told this person, sorry, no thank you. And I just realized that that frog was actually a neon, but it doesn't make a difference in the trade, but I would love to have a neon frog, but still, I wasn't going to take it for the mini pig. Next, I had this person ask if they could trade for my Ghost Pirate Capuchin Monkey. They put in this axolotl, and then they put in a ride potion, and then they started adding in some ultra rares. And their offer was just really under for this Ghost Pirate Capuchin Monkey, so I told them no thank you. And just so you guys know, I rarely go to the game if I am in a trade. Next, I had this person trade me, and they asked me if they could offer for my mega hamster. They added in this mega dark brown Shetland pony, and then an egg, and then they put in this Highland cow. You guys know I like the Highland cows, but I just wasn't really interested in taking this for the mega hamster. The mega hamster has like really good value. But then when I told them no thank you, they asked me if they could offer for my mega Ratatasker. And I don't know if I think the Ratatasker or the dark brown Shetland pony is cuter, but I do know that the dark brown Shetland pony has like a higher rarity, and they had added this Highland cow, and so I was like, yeah, I think I'm definitely going to do this trade. This next trade turned into like a really long trade. This person put in a neon prismatic butterfly. I already told you guys that I love those, but again, it always makes me like really nervous to trade for like the newer pets, but at least I know I really like this one. So this person asked if they could choose from my profile like for it, like whatever pet they wanted, and I was like, okay. But I was definitely nervous because I wasn't sure like even what, I mean, like I looked up the value, but it doesn't really matter because it's so new, it could change so fast. And guys, I went back and forth with this person like forever, seriously. Like it was like so many, like me adding this and I guess just trying to negotiate to see like what pets they like and stuff like that, and it just took so long. And I don't know how you guys are going to feel about what I traded away. I ended up trading away that neon capybara, which you guys know I love, but I really love this neon prismatic butterfly or the prismatic butterflies. And this person was so patient with me because I was like really unsure about this trade. So at first I feel like I was the one that was like looking up values, and then eventually we were both kind of like looking up values, but they kept asking me like, am I over? Am I under? But then sometimes they would say like, oh, I think I'm over by by a little bit or something like that. They really wanted my neon black panther at the beginning, and then they switched it to this neon capybara, which I do really like this neon capybara, guys, but I really wanted this prismatic butterfly. And I'm not really sure that it would happen on this account, but I would really love to have a mega prismatic butterfly eventually, so on my main account. But I also have to think that when this challenge is over, I actually get to trade all of this stuff to my main account, and so I could already have this neon prismatic butterfly like made, and it would be so much easier to get a mega prismatic butterfly or to actually make a mega prismatic butterfly. So they also picked out this ride lamb, which I do like it, but honestly, I think it's like one of those really good pets to have to like add to a trade like this. Again, I like the lamb, but it's not like absolutely like my favorite. I just know that people really like them and they like to offer for them. And then I also feel like the same thing is true of the chicken. Like I don't dislike the chicken. I don't love the chicken. I just like the chicken, and I know it has like pretty good value, or people just really like to trade for it. So the only pet that I really didn't want to trade away was this neon capybara. But I did end up getting a neon legendary, so that's pretty cool and I love it. But I would also love to hear like what you guys think about this trade. Would you have done this trade or not? Can you comment down below and let me know? But also keep in mind that if a bunch of time has passed since you watched this video and then you're commenting and saying that prismatic butterfly isn't worth anything, just remember at one time it had a really good value. And I also kind of go off trades like later on. I'll think like, am I really upset about that trade? If I'm still thinking about it, then I know it was probably a bad trade, but I never thought again about it. I just really thought about the fact that I have a neon prismatic butterfly now. Then right after that trade went through, that person traded me again, and I usually think like people are going to ask for their pets back. But she actually put in like 2 neon capybaras and told me like I just need 2 more because I guess she's trying to work on like a mega capybara. So really made me happy to think that that person was like really happy with that trade, and it was like helping them get their goals or get to their goals. So then she put in this frostbite cub, and guys, I have a bunch of these on my main account. Like I'm making a mega, so I don't really need them. I think they're super cute. I also don't think that the value is like crazy on them. I think they're worth like another good like ultra rare, and so she asked me like what I would do for this, and then I just said like another ultra rare. And I will tell you that this frostbite cub is so cute, and I really see the value like going up and up like later on, maybe by Christmas time, because a lot of times like around Christmas the pets that came out like the year before like become like really popular, or the value of them like goes up more. So then she wanted to see like what ultra rares I would be willing to trade for this frostbite cub. And like I said, I just think this frostbite cub is worth like another like cute, like I don't know, like good, like ultra rare. Really, nothing like super special. So eventually I added in like a Pomeranian. I think they're really cute. And then like a snowy mammoth, and then a tan chow chow, and then like the toucan. And I think that this person was really wanting like something better. And remember I said just like another ultra rare, and then they said like, let me see. Well, after I added these in, they were like asking me if I could like switch out or like trade out some of the pets. And I was like, yeah, I just meant like one of these, like you could pick one of these, not all of these. And I don't know, like maybe someone else would like let them pick like would put in like a bunch of pets for it, or like better pets for it. But I don't know, values wise, it's just not there right now. In fact, when I put into values, the Pomeranian is actually worth more than the frostbite cub, only by like just a tiny bit. But so then I just explained to them again, like it's just worth like another ultra rare, and I don't really need one. So I don't really like it. If you want to trade for one of these, that's fine. But otherwise, I'm not really interested. So eventually, like we just didn't end up trading again. But I just want to say that ever since like the Summerfest started, like the trading has actually been like so much better than the last event. And I've been really happy with like the AFK beach, because I put all my alt accounts there like at night when I go to sleep and anytime I'm not playing. So it's really helping like get like a lot of the doubloons like to be able to buy the pets. And I am just so happy that the trading didn't go away, so the game's just more fun. I mean, I was so worried when Summerfest was going to come that the trading was going to go like be non-existent again like it was before. And also, this is like halfway through our series, and I'm so happy where this account has like turned out. And I just hope that I have showed you guys that you can easily get rich in Adopt Me. And if you're doing this challenge, please comment down below and give us an update on like how your challenge is going. This is the end of the 6th month, and it's also the end of day 180. And look at our beautiful new neon prismatic butterfly. Bye guys, until next time.